If Love and Gogi is wrong, I don't want to be right.
What would Socrates say to that?
It tickles my fancy.
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not.
Wait.
Yeah.
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
I don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better about me, boy. Okay, Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still on the songs with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof, I'm a lie about a motor. No proof, like I always wanted him. I never hated him. I never traded him. And if I did, I never ever traded him. You know what is a star? Like another city, the driver's side floor. Wish I could large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. 8, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever and cute as can be. You can watch us on YouTube with viewing for free. Ay. This one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time wonder what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Good morning, Leroy.
What's up, Frog Boy?
It is your boy, indeed, FrogBoy, in the building. How are you, buddy?
I'm all right. What's up with you? How's world travel and, doing everything other than work with us?
It is amazing also to have my 2-year-old son who decides whenever he just wants to walk in this room and do what he wants. I'm just kind of living his world. Everyone is just living his world.
Hey, don't worry about it. I've been doing it for 17 years with one and 23 with the other.
Yes, I saw that he actually excuse me, sir, excuse me. I appreciate your hot take, but I'm actually in the middle of something. I saw your mishap yesterday with our boy Fonz and how that ended up in a beautiful Google post.
Listen,
that is
I'm a just say this. This has nothing to do with being old.
Yeah.
Okay. I get, I have to record stuff with Fonz. Because I just do it from home. He records it. He'll, cut it, send it to me. I send it to all parties that need to be, right?
Yes.
I blame him because for the first time ever, he sent me something in a Google Drive.
Fair. Because it was probably a big file. You can't just text files like that.
Sure you can. So it was like a 30-second video. So I'm like, this is peculiar. He sent me, this is different. I said, oh, maybe because it's video, right? So I said, all right, I'll just copy and paste. I'm good at that. I copy and paste, right? Oh, Tobes. He didn't send a text. He gave me a one-on-one call. So I'm thinking one of two things. We got fired.
Yeah.
Our time got moved. Right?
Yeah.
Or we have an interview.
Yeah, I feel that.
So I'm like, yo, what's up? What are you doing? I'm like, what?
Yeah. So, I mean, once you click the video and actually saved it, it really was a very well-written video in regards to inviting people to come watch football with Leroy.
It wasn't even written.
You were just freestyling?
Yeah.
Off the dome. Okay.
Off the dome. I don't listen, it's something to be said about real talk versus prepared statements. Because we turn on the TV and I don't care if it's politics, football, sports, you turn on the news, right? If you feel that it's a prepared statement, you're not feeling you're getting a genuine response.
Yeah, 100%.
And so from that standpoint, there is one exception.
What's
that exception was who's the safety that just came back from Pittsburgh?
Minkah
Fitzpatrick, right? And Minkah Fitzpatrick did it quite well in that, look, don't come up here asking me questions about stuff that happened 5 years ago. I'd have been to 5 Pro Bowls since then, right?
For sure.
Got 2 contracts, and we want to go back and talk. nah, just let it go. Let's talk about what we're doing now. And keep in mind, one of the things I always say about athletes is what people take for granted is that everybody is not a public speaker, but we expect because you play football or basketball or baseball, you can talk. And I'm like, the two don't necessarily have anything to do with one another, right? Because in the end, and let's be clear, if you can't play worth a lick and you a good talker, then your tail is going anyway, right? Y'all go, everybody, fans gonna boo everything. Ain't nobody gonna say, oh no, let's keep him because he's really good with the media and he talks well. But if a guy is terrible with the media and don't talk, but balls out, you're gonna be like,
we'll let it slide.
Not his thing.
Yeah, we call that the Kawhi Leonard, essentially.
Pretty much. Who I still like, it's still frightening when the dude laughs. Right?
Yeah,
like,
sure.
Think about that. A grown man laughing at a joke, and you go, huh, all right. So, like, yeah.
The video was touching, but I'm still going to give technology the victory on that one for you posting
don't you worry. Dave South got a running tab. I said, have I beat technology once? Have I got a tie? I feel like the team that the Harlem Globetrotters play every time.
Well, look, we talked about Minkah Fitzpatrick very briefly. We're probably going to be talking about him a lot more, seeing as the newest injury update to hit the Miami Dolphins is going to require a lot out of him. So let's go ahead and get you some headlines. Before I do that, hello, Brittney, by the way, holding down the producing studio. What's up, Brittney?
Nothing much. I'm just.
You sound very low. Is that just me, Leroy?
Yeah.
Okay, so wait. Is it just me, or does she sound very low?
Does she sound very low?
Okay, very cool. Low. So that may be a setting on your StreamYard that you may.
Is this better?
Yeah,
now we're talking.
Yeah, I fixed it.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, there we
go. Look at that. I'm sorry. So what were you saying?
I am good. How are you?
Alive, blessed, being harassed by my child. But in the meantime, here to deliver these headlines. These headlines are brought to you by Doral Kia. At Doral Kia, choose from over 500 new Kia models in inventory like the Sportage, Rental, and Telluride. Remember, when it comes to Kia, the great deals are at Doral Kia. Is he doing Baby Shark? That may be like a legally we can't have this. Excuse me, sir. Kader Kohou, unfortunately, added to the list of latest Miami Dolphins that have been injured. We knew that he was injured from Saturday's practice. News broke this morning. Torn ACL, out for the season. So that makes it officially every member of the starting secondary last season officially out.
It's it's a tough thing because while I sit here and say I can't wait till people get in the pads and stuff like that, I would say the hardest and the most frightening thing is no matter how much you work out, right, you are controlling your movements. Right. And so there's one thing to do backpedaling and hip turns and runs and cuts and stuff like that. It's another thing to like do it in sports, so where it's just natural. And sometimes those beginnings, right? Those beginnings of the beginning of camp or whatever is what puts the most stress on your body because you're reacting. It's not trained, movements. And so you get a lot of these injuries. And it really has nothing to do with how good a shape he's in. It's just your body getting acclimated to reacting. And it happens. Like, man, you see a lot of ankle rolls. You see some knees where it's non-contact. And it's just one of those things where you hope you could get through it. And as you get older, you learn how to gradually get into it, right? Sometimes when you're on a losing team or a team that doesn't have any success, like the main thing is we out the gate. Like we working hard, we out the gate, but you still kind of have to go through that process of getting your body acclimated to, you may work out for an hour. Okay, now you're doing weights, you're all day, you're an hour and a half doing drills, and so that does take some time for your body to get acclimated to. I mean, especially at running back, because guess what? Running back, you can practice. Oh, let's go in and out these cones. Let's work on our feet. Let's quick feet it through the ropes, through this, going through the pads, holding the ball. You can do all that. Okay. But when there's a real person over there, your body reacts a certain way. Right. And so sometimes you get injuries from that stuff. It's just one of those things. Now, it's unfortunate. Why the hell it got to be everybody playing the same damn position? I can't explain to you. It's just one of those things, man. And like at the end of the year, the unfortunate thing is at the end of the year, we're not gonna care. Yeah. All we're gonna do is look at the record and determine whether this team has success or not. But it's unfortunate, especially when it's guys that you think Kader Kohou, it's about that time. It's about that time where you earn your second contract and stuff like that. So it's tough on him. It's tough on the team because this has happened to a lot of your young players. And some of them are coming back. And now you're going to have to make decisions on paying them based on a small sample size. It's not based on 3 years and you pay them early or 4 years. It's like a year and a half or 2 years of playing. And that's what makes it tough for an organization like Miami, because now you're making decisions with a very small sample size to determine whether this guy's value is worth the money you're going to pay him.
Now, yesterday is first full day of pads, but we've been mentioning they go at it early, so we have some reflections and notes from today's day of practice, as well as what will they do. Obviously, it's a game day because I'm hosting, so we got Sports Family Feud later. We're also going to play a debut of Why You Always Lyin, Brittney edition.
Whoa, what you lying about, Brittney?
We're going to have an opportunity to learn a little bit more about her, because I'm telling you, the only thing everyone wants to say is that she knows F1. I promise there's more to her. We're going to find out that today. We're going to talk about unicorns across sports, because your favorite two-way NFL player has already donned himself the next unicorn. So we'll discuss that. And more.
He don't even have to do it. He don't even have to do it because he could have. I think, did he make All-American as a DB and as a wide receiver?
I believe he did.
Okay, that already makes him a unicorn. That don't happen. Even Dion didn't do that.
He won a trophy of some sort. Very
as a wide receiver.
Can't remember it.
But keep in mind, he also he won did he win the Biletnikoff?
I'm not sure. Honestly, what's most important to me is the Heisman.
Yeah,
that usually trumps everything there. But like I said, we'll learn more about Brittney. We'll play some games. We'll talk unicorns. We'll talk Miami Dolphins football. And we'll see if I can somehow wrangle my child into a cage somewhere. We got that and much more on the Tobin and Leroy show. Welcome back to the Tobin and Leroy show. As you know, FrogBoy's here. That means Tobin's not. Had enough of that guy. Told him didn't want to see his stinking face anymore. So had to kick him out there. But luckily I got Brittney holding things down. Brittney, how's everything in studio? Everything okay?
Everything is going swimmingly.
Swimmingly. Couldn't ask for anything better.
Yes.
As we mentioned, by the way, Leroy is here today. Leroy is just, dealing with his pool guy or something like that. It's always someone working on his house or something like that. But we mentioned right before we went to the break the injury to Kader Kohou, officially knocking out the starting secondary for last year. Now, Leroy has told us in the past that one of the ways that you can overcome a weak secondary is by adding more pass rushers. Of course, with the news of Christian Wilkins being released by the Raiders. The question is now, do you load up on pass rushers because there's no way you're going to be able to recover all this talent at corner? Or do you look for one of those older names like a Stephon Gilmore or like a Asante Samuel Jr. or something like that? I don't know. You're the GM for a day. You're Chris Greer for a second, Brittney. What is your plan of action here?
I think we just need to go find a veteran right now because we don't know what Kader Kohou's injury is. Some people are speculating it's ACL. Some people are speculating that it's not. So if it's not an ACL, then he will probably be back by the end of the season. Maybe. So I think you just go for a veteran. You keep it cheap. And you cross your fingers and your toes and you hope that it's nothing more serious and that he can get back before the season's over.
Do you do that? Do you cross your fingers and your toes? Is that something?
Yes. Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah. Jealous. Can't really do that for someone. Can't really do that. But I think you definitely go pick up a veteran. I'm probably the wrong person to ask because I usually go for names. So someone like a Asante Samuel or someone like like we mentioned before, Stephon Gilmore. Those are things that I'm like, yeah, bring them. Why not? What do we have to lose at this point? But I understand there's only a certain amount of money that can go around to various sources because, we've already spent a majority of what we've spent this offseason. We've made some acquisitions here. And we also have to pay a couple people. There's Zach Sealer who's still awaiting a payday. And, obviously an injury like this will affect Kader Kohou's payday. But, beyond the obvious football stuff that I'm sure you could find anywhere else in regards to the analysis of how the Miami Dolphins can piece this together with this kind of defense, blah, blah, blah. Unfortunately, you're not going to get that here. You know what you're going to get from this show and from FrogBoy? Are the damn Dolphins cursed? That's what I need to know.
Yes.
Is South Florida sports cursed?
Yes.
Now, I think the only people who have been able to escape this are the Broward County boys.
Because they're Broward County, not Miami-Dade County.
That's
so
why I feel like maybe
where the technicality happens is that
border right there, I think, is where the technicality lies. Now, they do sustain injuries as well, but, they are able to overcome these at, a better rate than, unfortunately, we've seen other players. But it's like, I can't tell you how often I've seen the Miami Heat riddled by injuries. I've seen, the Dolphins riddled by injuries. The Canes. I know we had a great season with Cam Ward last year. Thank the Lord for Cam Ward. But prior to that, I don't even know what injury Tyler Van Dyke had. Like his muscle wasn't on his bone or something like that.
It was called laziness.
That's that is another thing too. He suffered from that.
He suffered from that. Yep.
The Marlins sustain injuries. It just seems like there's something in the and then I wonder. Obviously, everybody likes to come here, the beautiful weather, taxes, blah blah blah. Does that lean into this injury thing? Is it the warm weather that is making us so susceptible to injury?
No, I don't think so. I think I feel like we're in an age of just players that are being more prone to injury because the emphasis on keeping your body conditioned is not as high. I mean, look at the NBA, for example. Tyrese Halliburton out for an entire season. Jason Tatum out for an entire season with ACL injuries. Achilles injuries. And you're seeing more and more that we have injuries to star players that I don't think that you really saw in the past. So I feel like it's a testament to these players' conditioning and what they're doing on the off season, what they're
Are you
doing.
saying they're working
in
too
season.
hard or not working hard enough?
That's the thing. Like I can't really say that. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, you're not working hard enough, because I don't know what they'd be doing. But and I mean, they're always posting on Instagram that they're in the lab and they're working. So I mean, who am I to say that they're being lazy and not working? But I just feel like there is definitely something. There's a disconnect in training that is happening in today's sports world that is causing people to have so many injuries. It's like, actually, it's crazy. Because when have you ever seen two star players in the playoffs get injured the way that Tyrese Halliburton and Jason Tatum did in back-to-back series? Like, that's unheard of. And then how often for the Dolphins do we in the offseason hear people getting injured just in training camp? Like, it's very odd.
Yeah, and it's something that happens across the board for sure. But it's strange when you think of, like, I know guys, I don't know them personally, but I know back in the day, a guy would play his game and then have a cigarette at halftime, have a cheeseburger after the game, and then just go about his day. And then maybe he worked at the grocery store during the offseason.
So
I never tore an ACL.
So here's the deal. And I don't know how much of this plays a role, because keep in mind, my camps were a little bit different. We are so concerned with having our guys healthy for the season that we don't get their bodies ready for the season. And the only way you can get your body ready for the season, depending on what position you play, is being an active participant in certain situations. Like, something about getting fired up for a game, even if it's a preseason game, that you got to get your body amped up. You got to get ready for that, because you're going to experience that 17 or more times. If you never do it and then you try to crank it up in the beginning of the season, then you have these soft tissue injuries, because your body gets hyped up. You get fired up to go out on the field at a level that you've never done up to that point. And so a lot of this stuff is, maybe you should get ready for football by playing football, right? Like, these are, and it's a weird thing, because in all the sports, we're so worried about our investment in a player that we try to all of a sudden forget about the rules of what it takes to get ready for a season and just think about health. And I think at some point, you're just prolonging or the inevitable if your body is not ready, and then you crank it up to that level week after week after week. And so that is what I wonder if that's happening. Some guys don't even play during the preseason. So you take even a quarterback, right?
Yeah.
If he don't play in the preseason, and then it's that first, third, and 4, and he take off and run and pull a hammy, well, why is that? It's because you've never experienced that for 7 months. You didn't really do it in practice because they're not going to touch you. You didn't really do it in camp or in a game because you didn't play. You can do it in inter scrimmages because, the quarterback doesn't get hit. So as a running back, I had to learn how to fall, how to get tackled, how to take on a hit, right? If you go in camp and you never are physical as a running back, how you going to know how you need to hold on to the football? How you going to know, there's just certain things. And I know, like, people are going to say, oh, that's because you're old school, but not really. Like, whether it's old school, new school, whatever, you still have to prepare your body. And I think we're seeing in sports, like, guess what? Back in the 90s, everybody played all the games. It wasn't even, now all of a sudden we need to rest and relax players. Now all of a sudden we need a program. Now Now, so I don't. That's the part I don't understand. When did this all happen? Because back then, guys weren't getting hurt, or when they were getting hurt, it was like it wasn't because their body wasn't there. It was a hit or something like that.
Yeah. I feel
We
that.
have more non-contact injuries now in sports. And I would say, is that because you're asking your body and putting your body in a situation that it isn't ready for or hasn't experienced over a long period of time, right? Guys that never play back-to-backs. What if something happened in the playoffs? Now you got to play it back-to-back. What if something happens, at the end of the year where you need to play back-to-back to win a playoff spot or the top seed or whatever, and you've never done it? That stress you're putting on your body could cause injury. So I don't know. I've always asked myself that, you've heard it with pitching, where they say, how can you get ready to pitch a full game if you never pitch a full game? Like going 5 innings and then 6 innings and then 7 innings. I understand the pitch count, but it's throughout all sports. I don't know how to do it. The only sport it doesn't happen in, soccer. They play so many damn games, right?
I can't keep track of them.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
These guys.
That's what I'm saying. But how, you hear about injuries, but not like the other sports, right? Before a few years ago, you ain't never heard Kobe.
Oh, the Achilles. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was like a career ender.
Right. Dan Marino tore his Achilles, and the reason why I know is because I played in that game.
Oh,
right. Wow. Dan Marino tore his Achilles, and Bernie broke his ankle in the same damn game. Right. So let's think about that. When was the next time you heard of an Achilles? Was when we started, saving players for games and stuff like that. Yeah. Especially in basketball. So definitely. I don't know if the game is so, you put so much stress on your body now, more stress than they did back in the day. It's a fast-paced game now. Maybe that's it.
Probably more wear and tear too. You're practicing things you didn't practice before.
It could be more wear and tear, but you're playing less games. Nobody plays 82 games anymore.
No, and you're 100% correct in that. And they stayed game ready, so they were always focused on the games. A lot of times, I see a guy and he posts a video and he's standing 1 foot on a medicine ball while another guy's throwing other medicine balls at him, and he's bouncing a tennis ball because he wants to make sure that his exterior, whatever. But meanwhile, he's putting wear and tear on the rest of his body the whole time because he's trying to do this crazy workout that he saw.
Right. And let's be clear. I do not have an answer. I don't know what the answer is. All I can do is go back to, because keep in mind, let's think of this. Okay. When I was in camp, you gradually played so that when you played the last preseason game, you were going right into a full game. So say the first week you'd play a series, maybe 10 plays, right? The next game you play the first quarter. The third game you'd play up until halftime. The last game you do game prep, you do a scouting report, and you would play into the second half because they wanted to go in at halftime and make adjustments. Then you were ready for the season, right? Now, you ain't never seen nobody's ever playing after halftime. And that last game, nobody's playing.
Yeah.
So you're going 3 weeks before your first game with just practice. And so I don't know how much of a role that plays into. So it's a tough thing, man. I don't know. Also, I don't know what it could be. Also, that guys are so bigger and stronger and faster that they're putting more stress on these ligaments and joints than I ever did.
Yeah, which is, definitely a viable option. But I think we all need to point back to 1972 and that undefeated season and admit someone sold their soul. Someone sold their soul, and that is why we are currently suffering.
But guess what? And the starting quarterback didn't even play all those games.
Hey, listen, you got to make a sacrifice.
See what I'm saying? Think about it.
Sacrifice.
They went undefeated, and the starting quarterback did that. Bob Greasy did not play all the games.
Shout out to that boy Earl Morrow.
Yeah.
We have some breaking news out of the NBA involving Jonathan Kuminga. We got some other unicorn talk ahead, and some other stories out of today's training camp. We got that and much more, except we do not have a show pony. He'll be out for the next couple days. So it is I, FrogBoy, filling in. So we got some games coming up. I got some more for Stars and Strings, Zach Brown Band, that and much more when we come back on the Tobin and Leroy Show.
bring them out, bring them out. VIP coming live from the VIP. Heard the nightlife, lost life without me. Both the feds in the state wanna see by me. The whole city got pissed, heard he got 3. That other rapper got a hit, but shouted he not out. Who set the city on fire soon as he got free? The king back now. Raws don't even know how to act now. Hit the club, strippers getting naked before I sat down. Still ballin', money stacked tall and shack now. Still push a button to let the roof on the lag down. I'm on the road doing shows, put my Mac down.
Mississippi to Philly, Albuquerque to Chattown. Hey, you know I knew those lyrics, Leroy. You know I knew those lyrics, Leroy.
That's when rap music was fun.
Yeah, I saw T.I. At the Improv recently, still doing this comedy thing, but nothing beats when he comes out with that music, man. Nothing beats that at all. We have a latest report, Leroy, from our own Shams Charania. I say our own, but you know, he's everybody's. He's for the streets. He has reported that Jonathan Kuminga declining his Warriors offer over terms. Apparently waiving his no trade clause. And I guess setting him up in, you know, a position to negotiate, whether it be with them or with the Sacramento Kings and Phoenix Suns, which has been reported. Miami's out of this, right? There was a point.
Yeah, I think
to Miami was a wave, but we're out of this, right?
When you got Powell,
yeah,
I think that
kind of
was the move. But I wouldn't be surprised if they went Powell and then brought in Kuminga. I wouldn't be surprised.
I would be a little bit.
Why? Kuminga's a wing player.
That's true. They don't do the same thing, so it makes sense.
Right. And it'll give you some depth. But my problem is what has plagued this team the last few years, even with Jimmy, is that you need that star who's aware. And what I mean aware is how you gonna have 5 guys making max contracts and y'all be on the floor and not realize we ain't scored no points in the last 5 minutes? Somebody taking charge. Somebody hey, I'm gonna do this. It happens every now and then where you just miss a whole bunch of shots. It happens to this team a lot.
Yeah, too much.
Right. Sure. Whether third quarter, fourth quarter, they gave up more leads than anybody. And sometimes that has to do with you may have a number one. Every team has a number one. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But do you have that dude that's aware to see what's going on and knows when it's time to take over the game? That's probably, if you look at all the teams that have had success, they have that guy, right? And we talk about all the other pieces or whatever, but going into every game, you talk about that. Say what you want about Tyrese Halliburton. Is there a guy who doesn't understand at the end of the game when it's time to do your thing more than him?
Yeah.
Right.
Crazy.
Right. So, I used to get mad when Jimmy would come down and he wanted to get paid like the dude and then pass it. No. This is why you're here, to be that guy. Tyler, I think he has some of that in him. So did, and to tell you, to be honest with you, I think that's why they brought Terry Rozier in, because Terry Rozier has some of that. Now we've seen it about twice. Right?
Yeah. It was fun while it lasted. It was a fun 2 weeks.
Twice as generous, I fear.
Twice as generous for sure.
Right.
I think I've seen him struggle more than I've seen him.
No, of course. And I get all that. So would I be shocked if they got Kuminga? No. I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah.
Is it an absolute necessity? No. But to have a wing player that can score, to have a guard that can score and play defense where you're not sacrificing anything. And he would, they got rid of Haywood Highsmith, right?
No, he's still on the team. Just changed his number.
Who did they they got rid of a wing player. I'm trying to think.
Duncan.
Kyle Anderson, Duncan Robinson,
Duncan Robinson, and
Kevin Love.
Kevin Love.
I'm not counting. I'm not counting those guys. But yeah, so would it help? Yeah, because you know what? I've come to understand that you're gonna have a couple of guys on the floor that don't play defense.
Yeah, for sure.
And you got to accept that. Every team has it, right? But here's what needs to happen. If you're not going to be that good on defense, your offense better be above average so it averages out. And I think that's the problem the Heat have been having, is trying to find, okay, if you're going to score me 25, 30 a night, then we maybe be able to get away with you being a sieve because we're not going to have third quarter. But if you're not going to be that guy, and then you're not going to be that good on defense, we're in a spot.
Now, Leroy, there was another small story yesterday that I wanted your opinion on. Also, everyone keeps disrespecting me and saying that I'm talking into a milk crate or like a Lego box. You think I'm not just doing this for no reason?
I got to tell you.
Yeah.
Let's be clear.
All right.
In your efforts to speak into something, to kind of get rid of the echo.
Yep.
Like you're talking in a cavernous room.
Yep.
Whatever you bought, whatever you got, bring it back.
Okay.
Brittney didn't want to say it. Brittney, would you agree? Because it ain't helping at all.
But
I don't want to rank on you even more than they are, but yeah, I fear it's not really doing much.
Right. You tried to look. He tried to get all up in there like Wilson.
Look. Shmitha makes a good point. Temu does not accept refunds, so we're gonna have to do what we have to do.
No, that's not. No,
yeah, like this.
Absolutely not.
Not a fan of this. Not a fan of this.
Dude, what are you doing?
It's multifaceted.
You're building a fence.
So wait.
Yeah. Well, what's going on here,
dude?
Yeah, what's going on?
Put that to the side.
This? You're not a fan of this?
You look like an amateur.
No, hold on.
I'm gonna just say.
Let me put it together.
I'm gonna just say you look like you never did radio before.
Hold on, let me put it together, and then maybe you'll be more impressed. Boom.
It don't matter.
Still nothing, huh?
I feel like it needs like an extra, like 2 more. Sides.
I'm still paying it off.
Right.
You know, I only did a couple more payment plans, so I got a few more payment plans, and I'll be able to get the rest of it.
Dude, you know, there's nothing says I'm broke. Like put something on layaway at Temu. Put something on layaway at Temu.
Yeah, right now I'm holding on by good faith, but you know, maybe eventually I'll be able to purchase the rest of it. But Leroy, I wanted your opinion on something because we have another unicorn in the NFL, like I mentioned earlier.
We do.
That is Travis.
Who's the other unicorn?
Now, the only one that comes to like recent memory immediately, and this probably feels the same way for other people, is Porzingis, right? Wasn't that like the first name that kind of comes to
Yeah, because he was so tall and had the ball skills and the ability to shoot or whatever. Now
I never thought he was great.
But now he looks at his size, his abilities exceed anything that you would expect. But now there's Wemby.
Yeah.
Right? I would say you can go back. The first unicorn
Wilt
was
Chamberlain.
Lamar Odom.
Oh, okay.
Well, Wilt Chamberlain dominated at his position.
Yeah.
But if I asked him to cross somebody over or whatever. But when you think of
according to the story of Wilt, apparently he could do everything.
Yeah, but he played center and he didn't. When you think of Lamar Odom being 6'10", playing point guard, right? That was something like you go, never seen this before. I mean, Magic was 6'9", but how athletic was he? He was great, but you saw him when he dribbled the ball. You saw him when he ran the floor, right? He wasn't like looking athletic.
Fat shaming Magic Johnson?
I'm not fat shaming.
I'm kidding.
I'm not fat shaming. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying. So from that standpoint, I would say that when you talk about a unicorn, you can say Dion was a unicorn, a guy that had that amount of speed, that amount of ball skill, you had to put him on the field. You could put him on the field anywhere, right?
Yeah.
You could put him on the field anywhere, and he could make a difference. That something like that, okay? You had other guys who were great athletes, but you only recognize them at one position, okay?
Yeah.
What this guy separates him from everybody. And what I would say is he's a guy that can make a Pro Bowl at DB or corner. I mean, DB or wide receiver.
He
Leroy,
aren't you the guy though who's like, can I see him play a
No, I'm just wait. First of all,
right,
you brought it up.
Okay.
And you mentioned other names.
I did.
And all I'm doing is separating him from those other names. Yes, he hasn't done it yet. Yes, he hasn't. But think about this. Dude won the Heisman. I think he was All-American at wide receiver and DB.
Yeah.
So, yeah, up to this point, yeah, that's unheard of. And I don't know if he made All-American at both. Right? But it's a unique. You're a unicorn when they're trying to figure out what position you're going to play because you're so good at both of them. That's a unicorn. All these other guys, right? When they talk about Dion was a cornerback. Dion was a DB. He was always going to be a DB with same thing with Rob Woodson, right? He might have did some offensive stuff, right? But he was a DB. He was a cornerback. So he is separated from those guys. Keep in mind they're Hall of Famers. So I'm not, see it.
Those are Hall of Fame players that are unicorns. Before we get out of here, I wanted to give you guys a few events that happen throughout sports, which are considered sports unicorns. And you tell me which one of these ranks as the most rare to you. The 40-40 Club. What do you think of that one? 40
home runs, 40 stolen bases, but we got a 50-50 guy.
We do. So I guess they can.
So that's not.
So I guess 50-50.
There's only one, and it was I think it was Dodgers.
Yeah, it was Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah.
The only 50-50
I think he
guy.
did it here.
So guess what? Yeah. Throw that one out.
All right, so that one sucks. What about a quadruple double? What do you think of that
Only one, and that was Kareem. I mean, that was Akeem.
Apparently,
Hakeem Olajuwon.
4 players have done this.
Really?
Now Hakeem's the only one to do it twice.
Okay,
he's an animal.
So who's the other 4 guys to do it?
David Robinson.
Okay, that's right.
Nate Thurmond and Alvin Robertson.
So considering that I don't know who half of those are,
right.
I think it is pretty rare. Yeah, that is a very rare stat.
That's okay. We'll give you that one. Quadruple double. That's
now,
what about triple single?
Draymond Green.
I'm telling you, dude, that might be one of the funniest lines. Is Mr. Triple Single.
What about a number 16 seed upsetting a number 1 seed?
No, that's happened.
No, I don't think that's real. Yeah,
it's happened. But it happened to Villanova.
I don't think it's rare.
It happened to Villanova the year before they won the national championship. They were a 1 seed 2 years in a row. The first year they lost to Villanova. I mean, they lost to a 16 seed. So that was like, what, 8 years ago?
And strangely enough, though, I mean, it's the only one that I can think of.
Really?
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of 15. A
lot of 15. I think that's happened 8 times.
61, it's rare. It's rare. Yeah. I would say, okay, it's rare.
What about this one?
It might happen a lot more now because the way the seeding is crazy. Yeah. Like, when you have that play-in, it's not necessarily the bottom 4 teams.
Actually, I don't think that it's gonna be that more. It's not gonna. I think it's gonna become less common because of how top heavy the Power Fives are with the NIL. Yeah. So I think it's just gonna become more and more rare.
Right.
What about this one, Leroy? You'd appreciate this one. 300 rushing yards in a game.
Never happened.
Closest
295.
290, 296, 295. Jamal Lewis with the Ravens, 295, and Adrian Peterson, 296.
Yeah. See, I know those right there. Never happened.
5 home runs in one game. Never happened.
That's
Never
never
happened.
happened.
Only
Yeah, because
That's
first of
never
all,
happened.
but 16 people have done 4 in a game, though.
Yep.
That's pretty crazy.
Mhm.
I don't know what this means, Leroy. What is a PGA Tour 58? Is that good?
So let me think. I think there's been about 16 sub 60 rounds in the history of the PGA Tour. There was a guy who did it earlier this year, I think, and didn't even win the tournament.
No. That's horrible.
There was 158 ever. That was Jim. I can't think of his last name right offhand. Got a weird swing too. Jim. He shot 58. What makes it even more amazing?
Yeah.
He shot 58 with a bogey.
Oof.
It's Jim. What's Jim's last name?
Harbaugh.
No.
Jim. Golfer. 58.
Who shot 58? Jim
Furyk.
Jim Furyk.
There you go.
Yep, he shot 58 with a bogey.
With a bogey? That's crazy.
Yes, that's
like I don't know golf, but I still know that's crazy.
Crazy.
I've watched Happy Gilmore, so I think I know a little bit more.
So yes, that since it's only happened once,
yeah,
it would probably be the rarest of all.
What about this last one here? Sweeping the postseason.
It's never happened, right? Or has it happened once?
In a 16-game format, no team has accomplished the feat.
Okay.
The Los Angeles Lakers came close, right? Going 15-1. Yeah, they went 15-1 in 2001, but Allen Iverson had to step over Ty Lue.
And that was the first game, right?
That was the first game.
They won the first game of the finals. They won the first game of the finals, and then said, what are we doing? Why are we playing games with these fools?
Well, of course, only place you can get concrete unicorn talk is right here on the Tobin and Leroy show. When we come back in hour 2, we're going to continue to discuss Kader Kohou's injury, as well as a few observations from yesterday's first day of pads and today's training camp. We got some sights and sounds from Omar Kelly and much more. Stick around right here on the Tobin and Leroy show.
It's time for our Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Tonga Vailoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Can go to hell. Tua Tonga Vailoa. Dolphins quarterback.
Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of food.
Our Tua on the program, ladies and gentlemen. It is a FrogBoy Tuesday. What's today? I lost track. Wednesday. Our boy Tobin is out for the rest of the week. Therefore, I will be holding things down with our boy Leroy, of course.
Yeah.
Got Brittney behind the board right now, and Jay Thig running things behind the scenes. Let's go ahead and dive right into our headlines, which are brought to you by, as soon as my email loads, Doral Kia. Headlines brought to you by Doral Kia. You can choose from over 500 new Kia models in inventory like Sportage, Sorento, and Telluride. Remember, when it comes to Kia, the great deals are at Doral Kia. Our top story has been all day. Unfortunately, news has broke, and it seems like things keep getting worse for the Miami Dolphins. Kader Kohou out for the season. This makes the entire secondary from last year officially gone. Barry Jackson wrote an article about it this morning because he also mentioned that Ashton Davis will be out for a while as well. For those who don't know, Ashton Davis, he was on par to be the starting safety opposite side of Minkah Fitzpatrick. So probably won't get discussed as much as Kader Kohou, but definitely another blow for the Miami Dolphins as he'll be out for an extended period. He did have another non-contact practice injury as well, but he will not miss the entire season. Kohou's injury is a crushing blow, of course. Mike McDaniel was quoted as saying, "I saw him ascend to a different level, trying to take reins of his career and get his game to an even higher level. For that and the timing of it, I was crushed until I talked to Kader, and Kader made me feel a little bit better." So apparently he's in high spirits in that regard. Now, in regards to our other unfortunately injured defender, Ashton Davis, McDaniel revealed that we were fortunate. It wasn't the worst case scenario. Non-contact, you always prepare for the worst. It'll take a couple days to know how long it'll be, but it wasn't a thing that'll keep you out for the whole season. So that's a little bit of good news there. But as of right now, the people competing for that safety position will be Elijah Campbell, Patrick McMorris, and rookie John Saunders Jr. So, a couple weeks out, we still have a few people who need to earn that role. But it's not necessarily looking great.
Really sucks that you're having all of your injuries at a place where you have questions.
Yeah, for sure.
The most questions. We got 5 of them.
Yeah. And as Date South points out, I try not to bring this up because I don't think Brittney was listening for that. And it still embarrasses me to this day. He says, good thing Kader won the lottery because Brittney, did you hear how Kader Kohou, his entire football career or journey to the NFL, did you hear any background information on that by any chance?
I know that he came from a very small school. He was, I believe, a non-drafted player, but I could be wrong.
No, you're right. It was a Texas A&M Commerce. Which I was very confused that because I was like, oh, he went to Texas A&M. And they're like, no, Texas A&M Commerce.
Mm-hmm.
But I also, I don't know, I think it was Tobin who was discussing how, he grew up from very humble beginnings and that his father won the lottery in order for him to make it to America. Now, I didn't realize it was that lottery when he first mentioned it. So initially when I heard about it, I was like, hey, kudos to him. His father, like, he won the lottery and he's still like, you know what? I'm gonna put my body on the line every weekend because I love the sport of football so much that even though I'm rich, I'm just gonna go ahead and try out for the NFL via Texas A&M Commerce. So I felt dumb. I still feel dumb to this day.
Yeah, because his family won the life lottery.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So, and it's a great story, of course, and I kind of feel like a bit of a jackass.
As somebody who grew up in Miami and is Hispanic, I feel like you should have probably known what he meant by it.
Well, I mean, I didn't really just lottery. Can we use another word for it? I understand it is a bit of a lottery, but
fair.
But gee, I was like, oh, this guy's rich. He'll be totally fine. He's totally gonna be fine. But unfortunately, like we mentioned, he will be out for the season. But speedy recovery, and something tells me for the right price, Miami Dolphins will be willing to bring him back. A couple observations. Leroy, tell me what you think about this. Tyreek Hill excused from practice today, personal reasons.
Yeah, it happens.
It happens.
Like, I don't read too much into that.
Jaylen Waddle had the orange jersey today, which means, as you know, he was on the Ox. What kind of music you think Jaylen Waddle had on his playlist? I don't know. That's a tough question because I know he went to Alabama, but I know he's a little bit different.
I don't know. Like, if I had a playlist, my playlist would have a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I figured that. You always want to show someone how like.
No, I don't. I wouldn't. I don't really care about that. I just like a lot of different music. If I turn on the radio and I like the song, then I'll listen to it. I don't care what genre it is.
Now, Omar Kelly reports that he opens up practice with something that I have to look up because I'm not even okay. So wow. The rapper's name is Z-Ro, Z-R-O. It's 48 years old, so I'd like to say this is a throwback. This is Mississippi hip hop. He was on Rap-A-Lot Records, and yeah, apparently the first song that that he decided to come out with was Mo City Dawn. Mo City Dawn, a song that came out in 2005 from the rapper Z-Ro. That is definitely has to be like a local cut. Like, for example, if I'm being from South Florida and I went somewhere else and they gave me a song and I had to play like a local cut of something, I'm probably playing like Trick Daddy, or I'm playing something that's like, some sort of sticky music, Pull Out the Stick or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And people may be like, what the hell is this guy listening to? And I'm like, you guys don't know this? This is a classic. So I'm sure this is the case now, but I have no idea who the hell Z-Ro is. God bless him. Another note from practice here. Cam Smith seems to have a compression sleeve on his right leg. Could explain why he's not getting much reps. Leroy, do I read into that?
I mean, it's the part of the camp where everybody's a little banged up and sore, and it's easy to take all of the situations that are going on and say that had more to do with it, but I don't think anybody's going to practice every day, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm getting disrespected again, and I should be an adult and move past it. But they said, you're a fatty when one of your decor is a ketchup bottle. And I'm offended. This is a championship bottle of champagne here, courtesy of the 2024.
Who thought that was ketchup?
I mean, it's sweetened, of course. It's sweetened,
It's not ketchup.
And my little palm tree that I got going on here, but you can't really see it during the day. You'll see. Hey, listen, tune in to 560 After Dark. It's gonna be crazy.
Hey, you got a whole bunch of props while talking in a wind tunnel.
Hey, one thing at a time. All right, we can't. That foam took a while to build up, which I'm actually gonna give Fonz a call and be like, hey, what foam do I need to put up in my my room here
You want me to show you?
So I see that you have in the corners there these red, big panels. But then
that's just the lights. But see behind them the egg. What do they call egg? Egg something.
Egg carton.
Foam. It's foam.
Egg foam?
Something.
No, it's probably like egg carton foam because it has the divots like an egg carton.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
So there's
And-
something that's like,
And it absorbs the
sound.
Yeah.
So what you're doing essentially is getting all the eggs from Restaurant Depot, and then when you're done,
they just called that.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure because I know you buy a lot of eggs. You buy 100 eggs at a time.
No, I get like what 12 dozen.
Yeah.
Because they cost
12 dozen.
Yeah, because they cost. If you go to a regular store where you pay
$100, a dozen is 12.
Correct. No,
right.
But he gets
so I get 12 dozen for like
eggs.
He gets 100
for like $60.
$60.
So I just figure I'll just give some to my neighbors and stuff and whoever, but I'm winning.
That's That's so generous.
I can't eat all those eggs.
Well, yeah, so you shouldn't buy them.
I would hope so.
So instead of not buying them, just pay $12 for a dozen.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, because you're giving away the money regardless.
All those eggs
$12
that I get
for a dozen
cost $60.
$1 an egg.
So I would only be able to buy 5 dozen eggs. In this box, I get 12 dozen. So who cares?
Yeah.
You know,
that would have costed you
give them away.
$144.
It's costing me the same amount for what I want.
Okay.
All right. So at the end of the show, guys, we're going to give away Leroy's address. Everyone can start lining up for eggs.
How about you just get chickens, Leroy? Just get chickens.
Because those chickens are going to be roosted. Or they're going to be loud in the middle of the...
Well, first of all, I got 4 dogs.
Yeah.
What you think is going to happen if I put
the chickens are
going to
go. Their chickens are going to have a short life in your house.
Not going to go well. Not going to go well for them.
And the dogs are like, "Hey, we just playing with the chicken."
Just playing. Just having a little bit of fun.
Why you being so soft, chicken? We just playing.
Leroy, I'm not sure if you saw yesterday, the Marlins picked up a victory. And you know what? I got to give credit to our boy Sandy. Not only because he's come on as of recent and was able to pitch a shutout yesterday through the 5 innings that he was in, but how perfect timing would it be for him to finally start figuring things out after tanking his trade? Like the trade deadline's one day away, and he's been tanking his trade deadline or his trade stock this entire time, just for him to decide, you know what? I think I remember how to pitch now. So shout out to Sandy, a brilliant move because had he started the season this way, he definitely would have been traded a long time ago for sure. For many prospects that I'll give Peter Bendix a benefit of the doubt. He's pulled together some talent that's been fun to watch for sure. But I think Sandy being on this team is something that goes a long way for sure.
Absolutely, because he's been through more than most of the guys on the team. So
for sure, especially
with the pitchers, but it's good to see him. And again, like early in the season, looked like he was throwing straight balls. If you could throw 100 miles an hour, if ain't got no movement, these guys are great hitters. Now his ball's starting to move a little bit. Maybe that's because he's getting more comfortable with the motion. He's not trying to, because once you get back, they say, oh, he's still throwing what he threw before he got his surgery, but it ain't the same, right? And so now it looks like he's getting back to all that movement and being able to put it where he wants to put it and the ball moving off the plate and into, right-handers and stuff like that. So, he's getting back to form, but it's a different time frame for everybody. I guess I'm glad it kind of happened because now you got to keep them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was perfect. Absolutely perfect. Couldn't have asked for anything better. Last headline here before we get out for a quick break. There's a little bit of football going on today as Inter Miami takes the pitch for the group stage of the League's Cup. What the hell does that mean?
God.
How many cups are there?
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Wait.
Yeah.
Now,
no respect.
He's played internationally. He played the World Club Cup.
Yeah.
He's played MLS games. Now he's playing in what cup now?
This is the coveted. You guys remember this, of course. Everyone talks about this. The Leagues Cup.
The Leagues Cup.
What-
So
Didn't we
wait.
just have the FIFA Club Cup?
Yeah,
World
no,
Cup?
different. These are different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is different. Yeah, this is different. This pits
How
us.
so? Can you explain that to me?
As a soccer aficionado, I would love to. This pits our team against a rival Mexican football division. Now, today specifically, we take on Atlas, which is a football club based in Guadalajara. And the club currently plays in Liga MX, the top division of Mexican football. Now, that's all I read on the article that I briefly.
Yeah, so I
perused.
fear you didn't answer my question at all. Yeah.
Now, to answer your question, it's I'm assuming a tournament between MLS versus Liga MX, because other teams from Liga MX and MLS will be taking on each other in this group stage as well. But nonetheless, it is another fake tournament for another fake trophy, and I don't know what the hell's going on.
They want Messi to play in all these games, but get
come
mad because he won't play in an All-Star game.
I'm sick of it. I really can't.
It's crazy. Like, I don't like it. That's the one thing that I can't figure out about, soccer is that even with all that, they still playing a bunch of free games when you play for the national team,
right?
And then you play all these cup games and stuff. Like, man,
it makes no sense to me.
Right.
Nah,
have a season, have an off season, play the tournaments in the off season, right? And go from there.
And they're so passionate about every single one of these cups that I feel like means nothing. Every game is so meaningful.
Yep.
And it's like there's an influx of games. Like you would think that the stock would go down.
You know what? You guys aren't real pitch lovers like me. I do it for the pitch. Soccer.
Have you ever been to a professional soccer match?
Not even close. Haven't even driven by while they're playing. But I will eventually, because there's so many damn games. I gotta catch one, right? When we come back, I want to it's not necessarily a game, but it's a segment I'd like to introduce that is coming to 560 After Dark. It is called Day to Day, which is essentially what I normally would do in headlines, but I'm making a whole new segment out of it, because what do you do in America? You just take the same thing and you repackage it differently and make it seem like it's something new, and then you sell it to the people again. So therefore, Day to Day, when we come back, we're going to review all the greatest things that happened on this day, review what national day it is, and see how Leroy and Brittney would like to celebrate. We got that and much more on the Tobin and Leroy Show.
Come on. Ha, sicker than your average. Papa twist cabbage off instinct. You don't think, stink pink gators. My Detroit.
Welcome back to the Tobin and Leroy show, live here on 560 WQAM, Miami 560 WQAM. If you're looking to join us on our Twitch and YouTube pages, it is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Wednesday, July 30th. Let's go ahead and review what national day it is today. Not to take a page out of the Hockman and Crowder show. I apologize. I know this is definitely a Hockman thing, but it's summer sports radio, so you know you totally get it. Slim pickings around here. Leroy, today is National Climb a Mountain Day.
National Kiss Leroy's Ass Day too.
All right. Not a fan of that. Brittney, National Climb a Mountain Day.
Let's say, hey.
Yeah.
In fairness.
Yes.
And when was the last time you seen a black dude on a mountain?
Seen a black dude on a mountain. You know, I'm gonna have to jog my memory for much longer than I can actually jog. I don't think
when was the last black person you say, ooh, I climbed Mount Everest? It was exhilarating.
Yes, like, oh, today Mount Everest climbed by Connor McConnerson and Leroy Horde. It just doesn't sound right. It just doesn't sound.
Everybody gonna know that's Photoshop.
Yeah,
Leroy,
this is AI for sure. Brittney, your thoughts on National Climb a Mountain Day?
I'm with Leroy on this one.
Oh, not climbing a mountain. I'll do a little hike potentially.
I've done a hike. I did a hike, Diamond Mountain in Hawaii. That's like one of the only hikes that I've ever done.
Yeah,
I did.
And it was brutal.
I did a hike too. In
did you
Canada.
say Diamond Mountain?
I believe that's what it's called.
Wow, of course you're gonna hike to the top of Diamond Mountain.
There was no diamonds. No.
Oh, okay.
So in Canada, they have it's called 7 waterfalls. And you walk these trails and go see all the waterfalls. So when I went, there were, I was in the middle of the woods and Tobin goes, hey, have you seen Bigfoot? I say, nah, but all these Canadians looking at me like I'm Bigfoot.
You just as rare to see up there.
Yeah.
That's really
say in the woods hiking.
I don't know. It's different. What about this one? This is National Whistleblower Day. National Whistleblower Day.
Oh, why don't they just change that to snitch?
Okay, wait. Because here's the thing. What I've learned about national days is sometimes they have a much deeper meaning. So I don't want to make fun of it and it'd be like actually something that's beneficial.
No, but this is for entertainment purposes only. We ain't getting down to the.
Oh, okay. Well, I feel like we should because I don't want to get canceled, Leroy. We live in 2025.
Listen, you know what? If somebody is gonna, sit here and think, oh, we're serious, they're really trashing
whistleblowers.
I'm over it, dude. Like, if you have to do that, do you do what you got to do? I think there's time and place for. But I'm still making light of Snitch Day.
It probably has like some historical meaning behind it. Like Paul Revere was technically a blower. He told everybody that the British were coming, so it probably has some sort of historical background. So I'm not gonna make fun of it just yet.
That's smart. Okay. Look, it says this was. Oh my God, hold on. Oof. Listen, I'm gonna read this, but let's just be happy Vlad's not in today for what I'm about to read. The day commemorates events put into motion by Lieutenant Richard Marvin and Midshipman Samuel Shaw in 1777. So, like she mentioned, it is a long historic past. They were considered the first whistleblowers, along with 8 other sailors who reported abuse against British prisoners. Snitches. No, but one of the most notable whistleblowers in the United States government was Mark Felt, known for years as Deep Throat.
Oh, that's from the
Watergate scandal, correct. He was crucial to the Watergate scandal.
Okay,
so,
yeah, okay.
So you know what, Brittney? Why don't you celebrate with your snitch friends then? I am sick of this.
Listen, are you not glad that Mark Felt whistle blew on Watergate? Let's be serious.
There you go. You're right.
Hey,
How about something a little bit
A
more?
whistleblower, and he's known for deep throat.
Listen, yeah.
What are we doing?
We're
I give
treading
you
a
credit,
line,
though.
Leroy. We're
I
treading
give
a
you
line.
credit though, Leroy, because I said that, and you took it maturely, and you actually knew who the person was. So
Yeah.
how about this?
Like again, we can celebrate some of the greatest whistleblowers in our time.
Yes.
It don't mean that
Still
we
can't
can't
call
make
it
fun
Snitch
of
Day.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
Now, what about this one? A little bit more lighthearted. National Cheesecake Day. National Cheesecake Day. Huh?
I love that. I went to Cheesecake Factory yesterday.
Did you?
Cheesecake.
Okay.
Hey,
I did.
Can I just tell you, I haven't been to the Cheesecake Factory ever since I realized. You remember you used to get that big old piece of cheesecake for like $17, right?
Yeah.
Now they put cake in it.
Not
Cake
all of
inside
them.
Pretty much.
Not all of them, Leroy.
You
put
say
a
that they're
spacer.
cutting their product? They're
Yes.
cutting their quality
Yes.
product. Cake, huh?
Yes. They never did that. Now all of a sudden they think they can save some money. No. Absolutely.
They all don't have that.
Okay, well, once I got a piece of cheesecake with cake in it, I was done.
Well, you should read the description.
Gotta read it, Leroy. I mean,
wait a
it's
minute.
a big menu, though. It's a big menu.
Hold on. You look at the beautiful cage they have with all the different little tasty treats in there, right? Are you looking at, they showing you flavors and whatever. They're not showing you the cake fluffers.
Okay. No, because are you going to cheesecake just to get a cheesecake? Because then you're looking. Okay, well then no, then sure, that's your problem. But I go and I eat, and then I look at the dessert menu. I'm like, what cheesecake do I want? And then it tells you if it has cake in it or not.
But the whole point that you have to read cake in a cheesecake is garbage. A cheesecake doesn't have cake in it.
Yeah, this is more controversial than Whistleblower Day. I didn't realize that. It's gonna get crazy.
I will fight over this because they are cutting their cheesecake with regular cake.
They're stepping on their product.
Even though all of them don't have it,
whatever.
Right? That price doesn't indicate that, hey, we cut this cheesecake with
But why are you so upset about it? I just can't understand.
I don't
that.
like
you can't mix the cheesecake with the cake.
Right. No.
I like, what about creme brulee?
Especially with what they charge.
Creme brulee cheesecake.
So you don't do you like ice cream cake, or do you have a problem with that one as well?
No, he doesn't like. Listen, you're gonna, Brittney. Don't even. Hey, do yourself a favor. Don't even try to figure this man out because,
it makes no
like,
sense.
he doesn't like certain things, but in certain occasions he does.
Let's do Marcos eating the shrimp.
Okay, no, see, no, that's no need. Okay, this is the last one. How about this one? This is weird. National Father-in-Law Day.
Okay.
What exactly are we doing here? I don't even know what that means. Like, I don't have a father-in-law. I mean, I guess one day I will be a father-in-law, but I mean, you're dealing with that now, Leroy, aren't you? You're not necessarily a father-in-law, but like you've kind of, the Fonz is making.
I'm getting to that. Yeah.
Is there like any requirements of you? Is it because you always hear about the the mother-in-law, watch out for the mother-in-law or something like that,
Well,
but no one's ever worried about.
I tell people this all the time. There have been movies, rom-coms, serious movies, all centered on the relationship between a mom, the son, and the new girl.
Hello. Also with father-in-laws, have you ever seen Meet the Fockers?
Oh, that's
Robert
good.
De Niro, Ben Stiller. Come on.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so that would be. Yeah, I guess that's the way where it's like,
right.
This tough, gotta meet
right.
the guy.
But there's been like that's a rare one.
Father of the Bride is another one, just like Schmeathan said.
Father of the Bride.
Father of the Bride. I guess that's the only role, right? And not to say the only role in any, don't need to box anyone in, but usually the stereotypes you hear, it's always like, watch out, crazy mother-in-law, and then father-in-laws with that overprotective father-in-law.
Yeah.
So
usually with the opposite gender.
So what I have maybe lubed up and did some push-ups and went outside and flexed on a young man that was in the pool with my daughter.
Yeah, see, so but that's you being, I guess his father in that. I mean, obviously they're young, but you know what I mean. Yeah, that's the role, the enforcer, the famous bad boy scene when they open up the door.
Wait, no. What
With
about
Reggie.
who was it? 50 Cent in the garage with all of his friends.
For which movie?
I can't think of the name of the movie. What's
Get
the name
Rich or
of that
Die
movie when he was in there with all his friends? They were all tatted up and swole, and he called the boyfriend
I've only seen one movie, which is the Get Rich or Die Trying.
Den of Thieves.
Movie I know.
Was it Den of Thieves?
That's, I don't know. I typed in 50 Cent garage friends, and it says 50 Cent scares his daughter's prom.
Yeah.
So it has to be that one.
Yeah. That's it. That's it. That was hilarious.
Tell you that. I guess that's the role. Before we go to break here, a couple notable birthdays today. How about Arnold Schwarzenegger? You guys familiar with that guy? Huh?
Of course.
Oh, I just watched Predator.
Really?
Predator was on, so I just stopped.
Is he in Predator?
Yeah, for sure.
He's the star.
I thought that's Terminator.
He's also in Terminator. Same
movie.
movie.
I did not know he was in Predator.
Totally the same movie though, so don't even feel bad. It's
okay.
They just remade.
I'm here. Come and get me. I'm here.
One of them has robots. The other one is like, they'll actually there's a thing that's built to like hunt, but it's the same thing. It's really the same thing. They need a swole guy with an accent.
Yeah, no.
That's really
all his friends. They had Jesse the Body was in it.
Yeah.
Carl Weathers was in it.
Sure, yes.
All guys.
I know who all those people are.
You don't know who Jesse the Body is? Sounds like a strange name.
No, I don't.
He's a wrestler, I promise. He's not an adult film star. Other birthdays today that you may recognize: Lawrence Fishburne from Matrix popularity.
Oh, okay.
No.
Lisa Kudrow.
You remember what was the the black chick from Suits, the tall one?
Yes, obviously not the Duchess, but the other one.
The other one. He was married to her.
Really?
Yeah.
He seems definitely older than her, but maybe I'm watching like Suits.
She's not that young.
Retrospectively, so that could be it.
Yeah.
Lisa Kudrow from.
Now, what was Lawrence Fishburne's? Was it you go Matrix or do you go Boys in the Hood?
Oh, so okay, because there's so many other moments in Boys in the Hood that don't necessarily involve him, like Ricky
you go with Matrix
and Cuba Gooding, stuff like that. You probably could think of that one, but you got to go Matrix.
He's in Boys in the Hood. I've seen Boys in the Hood.
He's the dad.
Yeah, he's the dad. Yeah.
Oh,
wait.
Okay, yes, I know who he is.
But you haven't seen Matrix? Is that what you were just?
Yeah, that's essentially my.
That's the. You haven't seen Matrix?
She's seen Boys in the Hood, but not Matrix. I mean that you get credit, but I'm also confused.
Yeah.
No, my dad. One of my dad's.
It took me 3 Matrix to realize that it was a computer.
Yeah, and I'm still not sure I understand it.
I don't understand it.
I can confidently say I've never seen Matrix. Is it multiple movies? Couldn't even tell you.
It's three. And then they just put out a 4th one.
Yeah, but no one counts that 4th one. Don't ever talk about the 4th one. Just gross.
Oh, okay.
Vivica A. Fox turned 61 today.
Wow.
Still beautiful.
Yep.
Terry Crews. How about that? Terry Crews turns 57. Swole.
Wow.
Oh.
Chris Nolan turns 55. And Hilary Swank, which I know her name, I cannot tell
$1 Million Baby.
Okay, I know that's a good movie, but
it won a movie of the year.
So my problem
with Clint
is,
Eastwood.
I can't tell the difference between her and Julia Roberts. So like
What?
I give her credit
Not
for
even
Julia
close.
Roberts. No, it's a little close.
No, it's not.
I would see like not even close is like Whoopi Goldberg and Hilary
That's
Swank.
That's a crazy statement, Marcos. I agree 1000% with Leroy and that is a crazy statement.
That's my fault. All right, listen. Hey, how about this? This is gonna piss you off even more. I'm combining 3 different people now. Hilary Swank, Julia Roberts, and Sandra Bullock, I'm positive are the same person.
Oh, that's
No, because they're all built differently.
Well, These
Yeah,
are
I mean,
I
I-
don't think
100%.
that's part. That's
No, I
part
know
of the
they don't look
problem.
alike, but when you think
I
of
don't
Hillary
know.
Swank, I think of her like she
You ever
got
seen them in the
she
same
got
room at the
jacked
same
for
time?
that movie.
For sure.
I've never seen them in the same room at the same
I don't
time.
know. I know Hillary Swank from Freedom Riders.
And Julie, no, not who's the other one? Not Julia
Sandra
Roberts.
Bullock.
Sandra
Sandra
Bullock.
Bullock.
She was dating Jamie Foxx for a minute.
Who did Blindside?
That was
Sandra
Sandra
Bullock.
Bullock.
Who did the one where she was
Ocean's
a lady of the
11.
night?
Julia
Yeah.
Roberts did Ocean's
That's
11.
Oh
Julia-
no
Yeah.
way! That is the same person. I
No,
swear to
it's
God,
not.
that's the same person. That is the same person. Like you
really
can tell me
not.
whatever you want. I'm gonna do some research on the break. When we come back, we have an exciting show for you that is going to continue. We're going to talk a little bit more about what's going on today from the Miami Dolphins standpoint, and then once the 12 o'clock hour hits, man, it's game time, baby. We've been serious for too long. So we got that and much more on the Tobin and Leroy show. Stick around. Welcome back to the Tobin and Leroy show. We got Brittney on the ones and twos today, playing the hits. She's bling-blinging it. Although I know that means any second now, J-Fake's going to be like, Channel 3. But it's not her fault, all
Channel
right?
3 is off.
I know. There's a setting. You probably have to switch your audio settings to Livewire 3 on the actual StreamYard thing. I probably could have told you that a long time ago, but who cares? I like to hear the music when it comes in, you know? A bling bling.
That's you know where that is. That's
Come
home,
on,
baby.
every time you heard about it. You know, Cash Money is coming to Emerald Bank, Leroy. That interests you? Potentially revisiting the old days?
I'll call him.
Oh, will you? Wow. Okay. Yeah, I got some famous people's number too. Are you familiar with Leroy Horde?
Nah, but New Orleans is really small, so you pretty much know everybody there.
How about some notes from today's practice?
Oh, you know who I talked to like the other day?
Cool. Who'd you talk to?
Baptiste.
Did you?
I went to school with his brother.
Did you invite him to London with you?
No.
Okay. Still time.
He called me when he was coming down here, but I missed it.
Probably called me after, but I was busy. Omar Kelly writes, Patrick Paul is a player who has really come alive in pads. He's playing like a grown man.
Well, it's funny because there's certain situations or certain positions where you can't tell how a guy is performing until they put pads on, right? Offensive line is one of those things. Like, even though you could stay in front of a guy and chicken fight with him and whatever, it's just different with the pads, right? How you come off the ball, it's just different. So,
totally makes sense.
Right. So to see that he's doing that now is very promising. The other thing is the hardest thing to figure out, believe it or not, can you know how good a running back is until he has to break tackles?
You know, that is difficult too. When you can bring him down with a two-hand touch to the hips or something like that.
Right.
It's a little bit different.
You run a lot different when that 250-pound linebacker is going to hand tag you versus tackle you to the ground.
100%. Not me, though. When you see me run, you can already know that guy's got talent.
To be honest with you, if I see you run, I'm going to just walk right by you.
Okay. Hurts my heart. The first full day of pads proved to be good for fellow Wolverine, Kenneth Grant. Apparently, he had a dominant day, which you can take like one of two ways. You know, he had a dominant day, of course, which is always good from the defensive perspective. But in front of him was our, second round pick, Jonah Savanea. I believe I said that.
Savanea?
Oh, doing my best. Why can't we just draft people with like normal names? Like Kenneth Grant, I totally get that one, but like, Jesus, Miami Heat. If it's not Miami Heat do it now, the Miami Dolphins are doing it.
For the same reason why your family isn't from here.
That's fair.
People come from all over the world, and therefore names might not be like White and like
Johnson.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, they need to change it, all right? We need to do something about this for me and me specifically. Aren't we thinking about me? So the Miami Dolphins continue their practice in pads. They're finished for today, so we'll get some more quotes as the day continues. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back in the 12 o'clock hour. We're going to give you some headlines. We're going to play Rats Off a Ship and update you on a few more local headlines. But before I take it to break, our sister station, Kiss Country, is bringing back Stars and Strings. That's featuring Dirk Bentley, Dasha? I don't know. Dasha. Nate Smith.
Oh, thank you, Leroy.
There you go, son.
Austin.
There you go, son. Perfect. He's currently being escorted out, which is why he is so happy. Hudson Westbrook, which is I'm positive it's a fake name. I'm almost positive it's a fake name. And more at Hard Rock Live at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood on November 6th. To win, text the word HARD, HARD. Be mature. 20357. That number 2, the number 0357. That's hard to that number there. Tickets are on sale now at starsandstrings.com. Stars and Strings supports Folds of Honor. For more information, go to WQAM.com. This is a text contest. Message and data rates may apply. Don't text and drive. That and much more on the Tobin and Leroy show when we come back. Welcome back to the Tobin and Leroy show, ladies and gentlemen. I was able to find the correct word because I was giving you the wrong one. Previously, I had said hard was a text contest word. That was yesterday's word. Today's word is top, T-O-P. That is T-O-P to 20357. And again, that's for your opportunity to win Stars and Strings tickets. Now, this wonderful, wonderful day is, of course, a day without Show Pony. I'm starting a rumor. I'm telling everybody that we have beef. That's why we can't be in the same room at the same time. We'll see how far that gets. But have no fear. He will be returning next week as the show will be back at full strength with him leading the way. In the meantime, got a substitute teacher in here, baby. FrogBoy holding things down with Leroy and Brittney, of course, behind the board. And J Fig making sure everything is safe and
in
sound.
the peripherals.
In the peripherals. We'll see her in a little bit as we will get to Rats Off a Ship, as well as participate in the game about Brittney's life. And we'll also be playing Sports Family Feud if we have time, because what is a FrogBoy-led show without any games? Something we haven't done in a while, though. Leroy, we still do weather reports on this show, right? That's something that is still like a thing?
No.
That's so unfortunate because I got a notification about like a thunderstorm coming to Davie. And I was like, I can't wait for Leroy to tell me what kind of weather we're about to have.
I don't see it. The sun's out.
I see sunshine where I'm at. Yeah.
I see two clouds.
Yeah, I see sunshine.
A little one and a little sidekick cloud.
Well, that hurts my heart because I also loved hearing your angelic voice do the Demesman and Dover jingle.
No.
But that's totally fine. Let's just go ahead and get right into your headlines that are brought to you by Doral Kia. At Doral Kia, choose from over 500 new Kia models in inventory like the Sportage, Sorento, and Telluride. Remember, when it comes to Kia, the great deals at Doral Kia. We've talked about it all day. Unfortunately, as Adam Schefter and everyone reported earlier, significant blows. Dolphins cornerback Kader Kohou suffered a season-ending knee injury. So another significant loss for the Miami Dolphins. We're going to continue to monitor that to see what the Dolphins do. I think you were dealing with your pool guy for a second, and I asked this question to Brittney, Leroy. I'm going to ask this question to you. With the injuries that the Miami Dolphins have sustained, obviously you're going to have to replace him, so you're going to sign a warm body. But do you double down at acquiring more cornerback talent, or do you double down on acquiring more pass rushers to make up for the lack of cornerback talent?
I personally would double down on the pass rush.
Look at that. I said that earlier. Brittney called me dumb.
Because here's why.
I did not.
She thought about it.
You don't have to be as good of a cornerback or a safety.
Yeah.
If the D-line and the rushers are getting there quick.
Yeah, totally makes sense. No one can cover for more than 8 seconds or something like that.
8.
But that's how much is
like half of that.
4 seconds. It's like obviously a lot going on in the league. It's difficult for the best of corners to cover for.
I don't care how good you are. If you got to cover for 4 or 5 seconds, that means the play's broken down, and that means now you're covering a guy 50 yards wide by 50 yards deep. You can't do it.
Yeah, it's rough. It's definitely rough.
Unless you're in some type of zone. Now, I will say this. With a good pass rush, you never, ever have to play man-to-man. Right? Because if you can get pressure with just the 4 or 5, that means you got 6 or 7 in coverage. And so also keep that in mind. Having these DBs and losing that losing as many guys as you had in the secondary is a big loss. But I would say with your guys returning as pass rushers, it's going to help that more than getting another corner.
Now, what about these older veteran options, such as Stephon Gilmore, Asante Samuel Jr. Is that something you take a flyer on, or do you just stay young and again double down on the pass rushers?
I mean, this is what camp is for.
Yeah.
Camp is to see, if you can manage without having to sign one of those veterans. Because keep in mind, you have to sign a veteran, and he's got to pick up the system. And a lot of the guys were talking about how much more comfortable they are now that they've been in that system for a second year. So imagine having somebody come and then have to pick it up in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it definitely is rough. And Leroy, just as we're talking, it's getting a little cloudy by me now. All of a sudden, it's getting a little cloudy by me.
Not me, but you're by, you're a
by
few
your
miles
PT.
from me.
Couple other headlines that we mentioned: the Miami Marlins shut out the Cardinals yesterday behind a strong performance, behind Sandy's resurgence out of nowhere. Right as the trade deadline approaches, they have a chance today to get another victory against these Cardinals. I think 7:45, I believe, is first pitch, and Cal Quantrill on the mound for the Fish. Don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, if I'm being honest.
He's been okay. He's been okay.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
But they've been hitting the ball so much better and been hitting the ball so well that you don't have to be perfect. That's probably one of the things that's helped the pitching out a lot, is that they've scored runs.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I'm more than sure it's a lot harder to pitch when you have a 2-1 filthy every game.
Yeah, no, 100%. Shams reported earlier that Jonathan Kuminga declining the Warriors' offer, stating a difference of opinion based on the terms and conditions. So they made another push to retain him, according to ESPN, but the restricted free agent continues to decline, and currently the talks between the Phoenix Suns and Sacramento Kings have all but ceased at this point. So seems like he's going to stay a Warrior, if you will, but I don't know. As of right now,
I don't know why would he, because they don't really like him.
It seems like they don't want him there.
They don't like him, but they offering him a contract.
It's kind of like Tyler Hero, though. Remember how often everybody was kind of like shopping him around of like, you want this guy? You don't want this guy? No, we'll take him. This is our guy. We got our guy. I
mean, you got to have some young talent on that team because your three main players are old.
Tell that to the Clippers. The Clippers right now, like their starting lineup was what? Chris Paul, Bradley Beal, Kawhi Leonard, James Harden. They have like the oldest team of like all time, damn near.
Pretty much.
They call themselves, I don't know, something Unk Nation. I don't know. Instead of like Dunk
Golden Oldies.
they really look like they could be performing at halftime of various basketball games. It is unfortunate for them, but hey, more power to them. As we mentioned earlier, Inter Miami is playing soccer for some reason. We don't know if it's important or not, but it's another league cup if you're interested in that. This one will be good because at least they're playing against the top team in the Mexican division that they're currently facing off against Atlas. So maybe it'll be a good game, but like I just don't even know anymore. I just don't even know. And last thing here that I didn't mention earlier on in the show is the Miami Hurricanes actually have a few standouts on their list prior to the season even starting. Everyone knows how good Ruben Bain Jr. is.
Yep.
But he's actually been nominated. I'm trying to get the Bronco. He's named to the preseason watch list for the Bronco Nagurski Trophy. Give it to the top defensive player in football. So, that's pretty solid. They're set to host him,
but being on the list before the season and being on the list after the season.
Yeah, completely different.
Hey, was Cam Ward a Heisman hopeful before he won the Heisman?
He was not. And you know who was? Carson Beck. Isn't that interesting?
I mean, the good thing about Carson Beck is that he's been in an organization and at a university that consistently won. So how he has to carry himself, how he goes about his business, he understands that. And so from that standpoint, I don't know if people really appreciate how good he is or isn't, right? But keep in mind, he was before last year was going to be a top 5 quarterback.
Yeah, no, I mean, like you said, he has the championship pedigree. He has he's used to playing in those tense moments. So
It's going to
hard
be a lot.
because-
It's going listen. It's going to be a lot different getting up for Syracuse than it was getting up for Alabama,
yeah, Auburn, stuff like that.
LSU. You know, so I think that level of intense preparation when he was doing it a lot more frequently than maybe what the Canes did it for 3 games out of a year.
Yeah.
Right. So that if that, right? It didn't mean they won all the
right.
but like so you start off with Notre Dame. That's not a big deal for him. Right?
Yeah.
Do they play? It's crazy. Like I don't know who they play because last year SMU didn't have to play anybody.
Yeah.
And
true.
they made it to the ACC championship game.
Yeah. Well, after Notre Dame, they kind of take their foot off the pedal for a couple weeks. They have Bethune-Cookman in South Florida after that. Then they have.
Remember when South Florida was good?
I do remember that actually. It was a brief time. Don't get me wrong. Remember when University of Central Florida proclaimed themselves national champions
because they went undefeated?
That's crazy.
Did Dante go to Central Florida or South Florida?
That's a good question. I think it's Central. Let's see.
Because I know he still might have the record for reception passing percentage.
Central Florida, yeah. He went to University of Central Florida. I know that because this man is a nice man. Let me tell you something about Dante Culpepper that you may not know.
By the way, I was with him last Wednesday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
One of the nicest men ever. He well, not really him. You know, he always had the low haircut. His wife would get her hair done at my aunt's salon. He was kind enough to give front row tickets for us. And like, you know, we're in the box there. The ball is like flying to me and stuff. He didn't know me. You know, this is his hairstylist. Right. As a person who gets a lot of people free things, it usually doesn't extend to my hairstylist's nephew. You know, it usually doesn't go that far. Right. But another thing that he did at the Miami Improv early on, you know, this is back when it was in Coconut Grove. Apparently, my manager talks about this. Is someone walked out on a bill, $200-something. It was my manager's first day there, and he went. He calmly diffused the situation, paid for that bill as well as a couple other bills, and got out of there. Tipped her a couple $100 also.
That was cool.
Nice, man. Dante Culpepper, real nice guy. Real nice guy.
He is big boy.
Yeah, big.
Hey, when you talk about big quarterbacks,
yeah,
dude.
Yeah, he's also the one that notoriously they say he has small hands or something like that. But
you go tell him that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it totally did not stop him from having.
You go tell him that.
Yeah, big guy, definitely. But yeah, when we come back, got a little bit more to discuss from the Miami Dolphins practice today. Then we're gonna get into the shenanigans and silly sauce that makes this show so gosh darn special. In the meantime, one more thing I want to tell you about Zach Brown. How would you like to see the Zach Brown band at the Sphere in Las Vegas this December? So easy to enter. Just log on to the Odyssey app and listen to WQAM for 1 hour for more chances. Listen every day and you could win. The winner receives round-trip airfare to Vegas, 2 tickets to see Zach Brown, and a 2-night stay at the Venetian Resort in Las Vegas. You like the Venetian, Leroy? We're still okay with that one?
I've never stayed in there. I've never stayed there.
Because I know that you told me there's a couple of them that you're like, you're iffy. You're iffy on them. But I just wanted to make sure. You know, we're not giving our listeners something cheap. This is directly connected to the Sphere, so it'll be an easy transition for you if you're interested in seeing that show. Don't miss out. Log on to the Odyssey app now. It's a national contest. For more info, go to odyssey.com/Zach. Special thanks to Messina Touring Group. Now, when we come back, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time to get into some games. It's Tobin and Leroy right here on 560. Welcome back to the Tobin and Leroy show live right here on Miami 560 WQAM, YouTube, and Twitch. Hello, Figgy.
Hello, Scooby's barking. You got babies, and then I got a little boy here.
We got babies, we got barking, we got Brittney and more.
And my pool's broke.
And your pool is like broken, like officially broken.
The heater. Yeah.
But okay, but this is something that, because you had fixed something recently. This is something different, right? You had retiled it or something like that.
No. I had had to get a new capacitor because it wasn't cooling.
Oh yeah, they're totally making that up. I've told that to people. Got to fix the capacitor. Am I right? The flux capacitor, it messes up all the time. So what's the damage gonna look like to get that repaired? Oh no, I don't like that look. I don't like that look.
I say just get a new pool guy. I've been telling you this for months.
It doesn't. If the pump doesn't work, I mean, if the pump's not
I'm
heating,
doing this on purpose to you because you constantly have these issues.
They sold you a faulty pump.
It shouldn't
be. It's been 7 years.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Leroy, you always have pool problems.
Just recently, in the last year.
Where I got a guy who does my oil changes and my tooth work. He can fix your pool. Totally got a guy.
Hey, if you're from the hood, you laugh at that because everybody got one of them guys.
Got a guy, man. You have to have a guy.
He ain't got a certification in nothing, but does everything.
Everything. Couple other notes today from Miami Dolphins training camp. First competitive drill involves one-on-ones, and it's a good start for the offensive line. Is Aston. Wow, save that one. Aston Jackson, Stonewalls. That's pretty good. Jalen Phillips and Andrew Meyer, Stonewalls. Benito Jones, Patrick Paul got the best of Bradley Chubb, but did get his hands on the jersey towards the end. That's a habit that we've noticed recently, according to SportsIllustrated.com. This article was written by Alan Poupart, Miami Dolphins insider. So I've noticed that although the offensive line seems to be a bit more steady in the trenches, a lot of penalties. I know Omar Kelly has noted that they've jumped off sides to start practice. 3 practices in a row. We're getting some holding calls. Leroy, is this just normal practice stuff that they need to get out of their system?
What happens is as you go through camp, there's different stages. Like when you're not in pads, like you don't have to deal with a lot of things. Then you put the pads on and then you realize, okay, this speed is real. I can't just get my hands where I want to get them. And then you have to, it's a process in which, like, it doesn't mean you don't have the talent. It's just that you got to hone into your, technique and stuff like that a little bit more when you get to the different stages of camp.
Now, that's a technique issue, of course, that, as you're mentioning, will get better with time.
Now, I will say, when you're not as good athletically.
Yeah.
So, for example, if you see a DB guarding a wide receiver and he can't keep up, a lot of grabbing. That's just the natural order of sports, that you're not just going to let a guy run by you. Or if you're a pass protector and you're facing one of them elite pass rushers, right, might be a lot of grabbing. Why? Because physically or athletically, you're not good enough to stay in front of him. And he's really good. So, there's a couple of things you have to think of is that in practice, how often you going to face somebody as fast as Tyreek Hill if you play DB in man-to-man coverage? You see what I mean? So you're putting yourself in camp in some of the most extenuating circumstances because, for example, a wide receiver's dream is one-on-one pass, one-on-one pass because that guy's just guarding you. You can go anywhere, right? Now do that same thing in the constructs of 11 on 11 where there's a coverage and that guy don't have to cover you one-on-one, right? So like you're putting, DBs, you're putting offensive linemen, you're putting linebackers in stressful situations that they may not even be a part of, maybe 2 or 3 times a year where you're blocking or you're guarding a guy one-on-one. So you got to kind of take it for what it is. You would like to see, hey, I want to know if my left tackle can stay in front of an elite pass rusher. So they're going to be playing move your feet, move your feet, move your feet. Guys who can't move their feet like that, they grab. So there's a little bit of both to read into it. Playing with pads on is a little bit different than, chicken fighting without pads, because that guy ain't going to rush, the same way when you got pads on.
Now, what you're saying are things that can be improved and will be improved.
Yeah.
What I'm about to say is unfortunately something that I'm not sure is rust, a habit, or is it just a talent thing. Tight end Jaylen Hill drops an easy pass while wide open in the flat following a play fake and a bootleg. This does not bode well for Tobin's anytime touchdown parlay.
Well, right now I'd bet on an anytime catch.
Is that possible? You think they have that? That'd be great. So it's not looking good for him, bro.
I think sometimes we make assumptions in life. We make assumptions that a person that has a title knows what the hell they're doing, right?
Yeah.
All wide receivers can't catch, but they fast. So
true.
You got to put that. Sometimes your best receivers of the football are guys that lack that top end speed that you're talking about, right? So when you think of a guy like Larry Fitzgerald, when you think of a guy like who's the guy, the wide receiver from that played with Larry Fitzgerald from Anquan Boldin. When you think of Anquan Boldin, the guy seemed like he could never separate, but he caught everything, right? There are guys that are known as pure receivers of the football. Randy Moss caught a lot of difficult passes, right? When you think of Odell Beckham, caught a lot of difficult passes. Those guys are guys. Now, Randy, what made him exceptional was he possessed that speed and that catching ability, right? So, everybody doesn't possess all of the traits of a top receiver, but they perfect the traits that they have. So a lot of times guys don't get paid because they'll say this: he never has any separation. They won't say, but the dude catches everything. You see what I mean? And so you have to kind of understand that. Now, a guy like Jaylen Hill, I mean, can you get better at it? But I would say it's really one of the hardest things to do, catching a ball, is running like a little flat route or whatever and getting your head around, because the quarterback throws the ball in anticipation. So if you don't get your head around quick enough, that ball is on top of you, right? And so that becomes difficult, because now you're bringing in another portion of catching the ball that really has nothing to do with catching it, but getting yourself prepared to catch it. So you hear, if you ever go to practice, you will hear this phrase yelled 1,000 times to receivers, tight ends, running backs: get your head around so you can pick up the ball as quickly as possible. So for those guys that have difficulty catching, you need to put yourself in the best position to be able to catch it, and that is get your head around. It's hard not looking at the defense, because you see a guy coming, right? You want to keep an eye on him, but you got to look for the football.
Well, hopefully he gets it together before the season starts.
I mean, let's be clear.
Yeah, it's been 2 years, still hasn't gotten it together.
Some guys in the sport I love just can't catch. It's not a knock on them. That's just not their thing, right? Now, you know what's going to happen if you continue to drop balls. It's going to be like a what was it called? What was that movie with Sinbad and Scott back. Was it back? Was the quarterback. Necessary roughness. Don't throw it to stone hands.
That's Julian Hill, stone hands. For the sake of Tobin's parlay, hopefully he can at least catch one in the end zone.
We don't even do parlay no more. He just throw a little chili pepper on anytime Julian Hill touchdown. He ain't mixing it up with none of his other bets.
Can't mix that up. Can't. When we come back, we'll play our favorite Wednesday game. Rats off a ship on the Tobin and Leroy show. Welcome back to the Tobin and Leroy show. I absolutely hate not hearing any music when I come in. I'm so sad. I need to do the clean feed thing because it's just silence.
Is playing. Yeah.
See, I have no
I
idea.
heard it. I heard it.
Yeah, because you're a responsible adult and you're on clean feed. This is how Leroy lives. This is crazy. This is why I give him that few seconds of music, because I can't imagine this. I've always thought too. I remember I used to put instrumentals that I made or like a friend of mine made as like break music, so people would know when we're coming back from break. And then one day Tobin was like, "What is this stupid music that's playing?" And after I finished crying, I was able to reveal to him it was my stupid music, which nonetheless didn't matter to him. He still was like, "Well, get this crap off of my show." So there's that. But as we return here for Rats Off a Ship, I realized I didn't send Figgy the actual topics. So
You know what? You can read them. It's okay.
I'm just gonna go ahead and freestyle these mad boys here because
Is it freestyling if you have a list?
Okay, see, but no, hold on. This is the thing, because freestyling,
It is freestyled as he was writing it.
there you go. Freestyling back in your day, Leroy, or like when I started listening to music, was right off the top of the dome. Nowadays, freestyle is like a pre-written something that has nothing to do with any other album song of some sort. It's not like, but it's pre-written, and I'm like, you can't call that a freestyle. Like, that's cheating. But anyway, this is like a little bit of a freestyle, old school, a little bit of a freestyle, new school, and we're gonna start off with one of Leroy's favorite movie categories. It's officially been 5 days since its national release, and some mixed reviews, although it does boast an 88% on Rotten Tomatoes. I want to know opinion, mixed reviews on Fantastic Four. Are you guys rats off a ship on Marvel movies or Fantastic Four? Leroy, I'll start with you.
The new one, I'm out.
Whoa, this is your thing, though, dude.
I know, but
that's off a ship.
Too much action. People having babies. And,
what the hell was that?
You hasn't seen them?
What is that?
You haven't seen the new rats?
No, I haven't seen those rats.
Say your rats off a ship.
I'm rats off a ship.
Rats off a ship.
What is this? Who made these swimming rats? This is
Me and AI teamed up.
That is crazy. That is crazy indeed. So you're rats off a ship on this, Leroy. You're not necessarily a fan of Fantastic Four. What, are you going to watch it like when it comes to like streaming services, or you don't even care at all?
I don't care at all.
Damn, that sucks.
I'm not a like.
Is it Pedro Pascal's fault? Are you over Pedro Pascal?
No, it's not that. It's not that. It has more to do with like.
Offended by that.
I was very offended.
Like I was into the first one.
Yeah.
And then they had Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yep.
But then they just start making the same movie over and over.
All right. That's fair.
Just with different people and put a different little twist on it. Right? Okay. So once it got to like Michael B. Jordan and those guys, I was out because they basically just remade it with a little twist.
All right. Well, Dade South says this is setting up the new Avengers movie. This is not the normal. Oh, really? One.
Okay.
So maybe
come on, Leroy. Thank you. Give it a chance.
Figgy, are you rats off a ship? Fantastic Four?
No, I'm not rats off a ship.
You ain't gonna see it.
Yes, I am. Wow. I do watch those movies, Leroy.
Whoa!
You lie. You lie because you say
not lying.
You talk about all these movies and then you go a year later. I haven't seen it yet. You do it all the time, Jennifer.
She's a busy girl. She's a busy girl.
I would actually watch it. Yes.
I heard there's
Don't tell me how I feel, Leroy.
I'm not telling you how you feel.
Don't make me report back to yesterday's show,
man.
I'm talking about the facts.
All right.
The facts are we talk about movies and you sit here and talking and you go, I haven't
You guys constantly talk about the same movies, Rocky and God knows what. And no, I'm not watching those movies.
See if my light looks cool now that it's a little darker.
Nope. No, it still looks like
cool.
a blob. Yep.
Wow.
What's hostility happening?
Brittney, what is your opinion on the new Fantastic Four? You rats off a ship?
I am not rats off a ship. If I haven't been so busy these last couple weeks, I would have been there. I need to see it. I'm so excited.
Yeah, that's fair. I've heard good things about it, but
I've heard good things too. And it's going back to the original Fantastic Four, which is something that we've never seen. Like its actual universe, which is in like the 60s, I believe, or something, like 50s or 60s.
Yeah, but I do think it's like old school.
Yeah, so I'm excited, and I watched Thunderbolts. Is that what it's called? I believe.
Yes. How was that?
Yes.
How was
it
that
was
one?
so good. So that's the thing. Like I was
so good.
It was I was very iffy on the new age of Marvel. Like very, very iffy. I was not sure how I felt about it, and I was like, I don't know about a post Endgame Marvel is not really my thing. But then I went to see Thunderbolts, and I actually really enjoyed it, and it got me excited for this new age. And then Fantastic Four, Pedro Pascal. I'm here for it, and so no, I'm not off rats off a ship, and that's why I was
so these are all setting up the new Avengers.
What is going on? I'm sorry, these graphics are just.
No, I've never seen that one before. That's a new one.
This is crazy. This is
rats running ramshot all over the boat.
I was having fun making these. Isn't it funny?
Look,
It's
I
so
don't think they have
chaotic.
arms. I think they just only have legs.
You know what? It's really hard. This AI situation is still not properly, 100%. But
Why is someone saying that I'm lying? What am I lying about?
apparently we're liars, Brittney.
Never trust the
We'll
chat.
never not be liars. It's fine.
It's fine.
Oh, okay. Except for this situation, talking about going to see movies. You'll
I'm
never
gonna
see none of the movies. You'll never see the movies.
Leroy, you
Oh,
don't
no,
know
I will
me.
say,
You don't know
in
me well
fairness
enough.
to
You
you-
don't know me well enough.
No, I'm talking about Jennifer. In fairness to
Oh,
you,
okay.
you did hit us up and say you watched Happy Gilmore 2.
You see?
Yes.
I
yes,
wasn't
and she was-
lying.
Oh my gosh, I watched it this weekend too.
Saw
you
my
like
boy
it?
Marcelo. Huh?
I love Marcelo. You know what? He was one of the comedians that never gave me issues, and he was always very sweet.
Tell you what though, little diva now. Just saying. Little diva.
Oh.
Whoa! What are we talking
Who
about?
said that? You know
Whoa!
what? Until I see that with my own two eyes,
Correct. No, it's
I
fine.
will
Totally
say
love
you're
it.
lying.
So you know what? Let's call him right now.
Call him.
Kidding. Not gonna answer. Okay, let's go to topic number 2 on this fine Wednesday. Not sure if you guys had an opportunity to see this, but the Clippers have named themselves. You're familiar with the Lob City Clippers that Chris Paul was recently a part of. What do you think of this one? The Unction. That is what they're calling themselves. The not like the function. You're gonna take out the F. It's the Unction.
Because they're all old as hell. And
They're all old as hell. They have James Harden, Bradley Beal, Kawhi Leonard, Chris Paul. Quite a bit of old people. I believe
Chris
they
Paul
also
gonna have a hell of
Batum.
a year, and then when it gets to December, he's gonna blow out his hammy.
Yeah, because
Seen this movie.
He's old as hell. That's probably why. But they do have a decent team. It's just they also have Batum, Brooke Lopez. Not necessarily a lot of young talent over there, but the name, you've had the greatest show on surf. The bad boys of the Pistons, the big 3. Where do you think the Unction? Do you like the Unction as far as a nickname for a basketball unit, or are you rats off a ship?
When they come here, I'll bring them some Melba toast and and some Werthers.
Yeah, that'll be perfect. Some good old
What does
pudding
that
pops.
mean?
They're old. They're all old.
No. I know what you meant. I'm saying, does that mean you're rats off a ship?
Yeah,
or
you're rats
not?
off.
Yeah, I'm rats off a ship.
Oh yeah, because you could be bringing it as like those are my boys. I got to look out for my boys.
No.
These rats swimming are really blowing my mind. I'm not gonna lie to you. They are really doing
love
something.
them.
Thanks.
This is
I
good.
love it too. It's so chaotic.
This is where our budget went. We're no longer allowed to pay me for 4 days out of the week. But listen, our graphics gone up, baby, gone up. Figgy, are you rats off ship on the Unction?
Yes, I wouldn't say that. So
Yeah, it's not something.
you're not gonna catch me saying it.
Sounds natural. And I think she's right. I think those rats only have 2 arms. But hey, we're not judging over here. At least we're
They're
consistent.
fish rat hybrids.
Correct.
I mean, they jumped into the water. Who knows what happened to their hands, huh?
Hey man,
I'm
you never know.
surprised nothing ain't come and take a mighty bite off of them.
I
Like, they
mean, if
look-
you
they
want
look-
that to happen, let me know. I
They
will.
look like bait.
Brittney rats off a ship on the unction. What do you
I'm
think?
1000% rats off a ship.
Rats off a
As
ship.
well as everyone on that team. I cannot stand a single one of them.
Really? And even Kawhi? You have something with Kawhi? Damn, that's
He
rough.
doesn't like his laugh.
Sorry.
He's great when he plays.
What about our boy
play?
Bogdanovich? Huh? You got something against
Oh,
Bogdanovich?
yes, you know what? I do, because when he was playing with Atlanta, he gave us a lot of problems.
Yeah, he
so
did.
yeah.
That's fair. All right, so let's get into topic number 3. Another story I'm not sure if you guys had a chance to see, because it's not necessarily something local, and it's baseball. And sometimes baseball is boring. But this was not, as a trade went down in the middle of a game. Sir Anthony, which is arguably the most Dominican name I've ever heard in my life. Sir Anthony, S-E-R Anthony Dominguez. Don't forget that one. Sir Anthony Dominguez was traded, but not just any normal trade. He was traded from one team to the opposing team in the middle of a game.
Did he bat for both teams? That would have been cool.
That would have been cool for sure. But you don't have to clear waivers or anything like that. Like a health screen.
He got traded to the team that they were currently playing.
Yeah.
So he started off the game as a Baltimore Oriole, and they were playing against the Toronto Blue Jays. And in the middle of the game, or I'm sorry, in between games, because it was a doubleheader. In between games, they went ahead and they traded him to the other team. And
So the next day, he played for the other team.
The next day?
Yeah.
Are you asking or telling me?
I'm asking.
So I think, I see him here suited up with both teams, with a glove in hand for both teams, and I do see him warming up, but I don't, let me go ahead and check that actual box score to see if he was able to play. I'd find it hard though, Leroy. Like if you were traded midday.
So here's what happened to me.
Yeah.
When I was in Carolina, we played Minnesota, and Minnesota won. And then 2 weeks later, I was on Minnesota's team. So I went from, damn, Minnesota, they beat us, to, yeah, we beat Carolina.
Yeah, so he's a pitcher. So there's a chance, I don't think they're going to make him pitch both games. So no, he did not necessarily pitch in both games, but in the middle
that would have been cool.
That would have been crazy.
Well, a relief pitcher could do it.
Yeah, that's true. Someone saying he played for both teams in the same game. Maybe not necessarily like the field.
Oh, I got you.
But
okay, just overall, are we rats off a ship trading a guy in between games to the opposing team?
When you play every day, these things happen.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Right? Like it's not like the situation I talked about where it was 2 weeks later. You only play 16 games at the time.
Yeah.
When you think about basketball, there's a trade deadline. A lot of stuff happens there. It's never usually within the time frame of, we play them next, we're playing them, so yeah, it's, like baseball is unique.
How does that feel though? Like, let's say I gotta see if this was in Toronto or Baltimore, because I know he was Baltimore and he got traded to Toronto. What I want to find out is, because we've done the tour of the Kaseya Center. We've seen the difference between the away locker room and the home locker room. I want to know, was the feeling of him like, yes, I'm going from this horrible away locker room to the home locker room? Or was it like, I'm in this beautiful home locker room and now I got to go to the away side?
Well, what happened to me was the Ravens weren't very good that first year. And then I went to Carolina. And then I went to Minnesota, and both those teams made the playoffs. So I felt like I came up.
That is a come up. That is a come up.
Yeah.
So last one here. Are we rats off a ship on midday trades?
Nah, I'm not rats off a ship.
I'm not rats off a ship now. However, if it was one of our best players, yeah.
I'm not at all rats off a ship. That makes things interesting.
Wow. Cold-blooded.
Can you imagine like bringing him in and being like, hey man, by the way, like you got to go get your stuff. You've been traded.
Yeah,
but don't fret. You don't got to go far.
Because usually when you're getting ready to get traded, they won't play you. So you see that in basketball or you see it in baseball, they'll sit the guy.
Yeah.
And that's usually an indication that he's getting ready to get traded.
Well, that was Rats Off of Ship with some new and improved graphics. Totally impressed. Kudos
You
to
haven't been here
J
for a
Fig.
while, so
That's true. That's fair.
them are some happy rats.
Those are some happy rats. One of them is
Because they're
running
not
on their.
rats off a ship.
Like this one has 3 arms.
No, I need you to go back to the other not rats off a ship.
The one in
and
the water.
They don't have
Yes.
arms.
No, they did. Look. No, wait. Look at the first one. Right there. Right there. Bam.
Oh, okay. There
You're
goes.
built like bunny rabbits or kangaroos.
Well, you know what? Blame AI. I tried. I tried.
I love it. I'm not hating. I
All right. Well,
Some of
let's see
them
if we
look like
can,
dolphins. Okay.
let's see if we can add arms to those rats when we come back. We have an hour filled with chaos and silly sauce. Brittney is going to tell us 2 lies and 1 truth, and we'll determine which one of those is real when we get to learn Brittney and why you always lying. We'll give you your latest headlines, and we'll close things out with some sports edition of Family Feud right here on the Tobin and Leroy Show. Welcome back to the Tobin and Leroy show. Why do I hear myself? Did I do that? I don't know. I can't hear myself anymore. Leroy, how the heck are you, buddy?
What's happening?
Nothing much, man. I'm just worried about your pool. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do for all major holidays?
I gotta.
I feel like it's my pool.
I gotta get a new pump and a new heater.
Capacitor.
You look so destroyed.
I mean, it's. We've heard how much.
Does it actually heat your your jacuzzi?
Yeah.
No, the jacuzzi for sure.
How much?
Absolutely.
No, you need a hot jacuzzi.
It's like it gets it up to 104.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Hmm.
Why? You don't think the pool heater works? What about when I get my pool to 85 when it's 70 degrees out?
All right.
I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out if it's worth it for you at this point.
Yeah, it's worth it. I get in my jacuzzi all the time.
I guess. Get a new pool guy.
Get one
from Hialeah.
Yeah. That's where all the best ones are.
This guy, I have seemed to have more problems.
Yeah. Gotta get a new guy for sure. But
I think you really do. Yeah.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault at all.
Especially when he said to me, you must have had somebody work on this capacitor because I wouldn't wire it this way.
You see,
and it was him.
That, though.
Yeah.
You see,
this is why I would get.
I didn't even I just.
Yeah.
I just looked. I'm like, are you?
Did you tell him it was him?
Nah. What's the point?
What's the point?
And what's the point? He's the one that messed it up.
So he could say I wouldn't wire it like this again.
He said, no,
and then I get even more irritated.
You know what?
I didn't
stay quiet. Let's stay quiet.
Well, let's get some headlines. These headlines are brought to you by our friends over at Doral Kia. At Doral Kia, you can choose from over 500 new Kia models in inventory like the Sportage, Sorento, and Telluride. Remember, when it comes to Kia, the great deals are at Doral Kia. It's the fourth hour of the show, so I'm going to give you an abbreviated version of the headlines. Kader Kohou out for the season. Makes the entire secondary from last year gone. Who knows what we're going to do? Today, second day of pads. It was lit. Jaylen Waddle had the orange jersey. Tyreek Hill excused from practice today. Personal reasons. Mind your damn business. Sandy Alcantara played it very smart, waited until the day before the MLB trade deadline before he started to play good. Football back today. Inter Miami is on the pitch for the League's Cup. No one knows what the hell that is. Is it important? Who knows? Who cares at this point? Travis Hunter declares himself the unicorn. Who's the real unicorn? I don't know. I just found out they granted wishes. And finally, the Miami Hurricanes are balling, at least the big boys are. 2 Canes linemen named outstanding candidates for awards given in college football. Those are the abbreviated version of your headlines. Did I miss anything?
Yeah, like it's preseason watch list.
Yeah, true, exactly.
You don't get awards. They do have preseason All-American, but that's again wish list.
Another thing, Jonathan Kuminga denied his extension with the Warriors. He will be playing for the Leaning Dragons in about 2 weeks. The Leaning Dragons. That is not true. Someone's going to take that and run with it, but that is something I just made up. Now, let's get to what we've all been waiting for. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get to Why You Always Lyin. I assume there's a bed playing. Leroy, I assume there's a bed playing. Oh, I heard it for a second. Yes. Thank you, Brittney. I appreciate that. That gave me enough satisfaction.
You can play that one though. We never had issues.
That was see that because I would do the instrumental. I couldn't find the instrumental in the system. Yeah, so that was the real song. We may get flagged for that one. But anywho, you guys understand how this goes, right? Why You Always Lyin, the segment that debuted upon me entering the show, and J Fig's brilliant idea was to get to know us a little bit better. So we had the idea of, why don't we tell you guys 3 outlandish stories, 2 of them being fake, 1 of them being true, and let's see if we can determine which one of these is real. Unfortunately, I gave away too much information, which led to my name being FrogBoy and my toes always being discussed. So, Brittney, if there's anything you would like to keep to yourself, this is a reminder to.
This is another reminder. This is the reason why they call me Birderer for some reason.
Birderer? Well, no, there's
it's not our fault you choked out a bird.
I didn't. You guys ran with it.
I've been wondering about that, but it's fine. We don't have to talk about it right now.
See, she was babysitting a bird, and the bird
No. I
mysteriously
was
died.
house sitting.
and the
And
bird died.
The
while she
steamer
was
guy is the reason behind this. Okay, wasn't me. Anyway,
Yes.
it's not about me.
The man killed the bird. Interesting. Okay, sorry.
That's what she says, allegedly.
Oh.
But Brittney, go ahead and give us 3 different separate statements and give us a moment to discuss whether or not we feel one of these is a lie or not.
Okay, are you ready?
Ready.
Yes, indeed.
First one. As all of you know, I grew up in South Carolina.
No accent, though.
You didn't know that?
No accent. I said we know that. No accent.
Oh yeah, no accent though. I actually went to high school with Zion Williamson.
Ooh, okay. All right. Went to high school with Zion Williamson. All right.
Second one. I got my front tooth knocked out by a shuffleboard puck.
Shuffleboard puck. Okay.
And number 3, despite loving sports my whole life, I've never played a competitive sport.
Okay.
So
All right.
We're supposed to say which one's the lie.
Yes, but let me ask some follow-up
You
questions.
know, there's 2 lies, 1 truth.
2 lies. I'm sorry. We're supposed to determine which one's the truth.
Is that how we used to play? I don't even remember.
No one really does.
No one really knows. This is how we're playing it. Okay,
Correct.
Cool. We're cool. Okay.
So 2 of these are lies. 1 of these is a truth, and we can ask questions on these statements. Figgy, do you have any questions?
I do. What school did you go to?
Yeah. What's the name of your school?
Day school.
Say that again.
Spartanburg Day School.
Spartanburg Day School.
Yes.
Okay.
Famously, Drake actually wore Zion Williamson's jersey and put a picture in it.
So
love that.
So
it's a private school in Spartanburg, South Carolina.
Spartanburg.
So is there a Spartanburg night school?
Yeah, why the day school thing? What's up with that?
I don't know. South Carolina. What would you like?
Okay.
History of the school. I don't know what you'd like me to say.
Right.
All right. My question is, how long ago did you get those teeth knocked out?
I was 6 years old when I got my front tooth knocked out.
6. Okay. See.
Oh, so you didn't even have to do nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, no, it was a permanent tooth. So I have a fake tooth, actually.
So wait.
Yeah.
Let me ask it. Hold on.
Oh, or does she, guys?
Hold on.
Or does she?
Hold on.
Do I? I
Time
don't
out.
know.
Time out.
Take out your teeth.
Oh,
Take it out right now.
Wait.
Thank you very
At
much.
6 years old, you got a tooth replaced.
Wow.
Would you like me to tell the story?
And all those years later,
it still fits.
You got that same tooth?
No, I've had to get it refilled.
Oh,
I'm like, you should have a little baby chicklet, and all your other grown teeth just grew around it.
He shames teeth here, by the way.
I don't shame teeth. Wait. Here's what I have said.
Look at those teeth.
I've said, Jennifer, you have some big choppers. That's not shaming.
Well,
that's factual.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. To each his own. Okay. And what was the other one? The other one
there was 3. What was the other one?
The other one was although I've loved sports.
Never played sports.
Competitive sport in my life.
Never played competitive sports. If I were to see you play a sport, what sport do I think I'd see you play?
I was a dancer, so I wouldn't consider that a competitive sport.
Thank God. Yeah, because I don't either. So I appreciate that we're on the same page.
So that's why I say I've never played a competitive sport before, because I was a dancer.
Wait, I love the way you took a pause from your thought.
I just want to say, because if you were going to hit me with like, well, like competitive dance, I was going to say, well, so then you didn't play a sport. But no, that's fine. You're totally right in that sense. What sport could I see you play? I could potentially, I don't know, every sport I see, like if you lose, you just hit someone. I see you getting violent for some reason.
Well, see, I didn't play competitive sports because my parents were afraid of my anger issues.
Why do I feel like all of these could be true though?
Like, oh, my parents were so scared of they were always like, we could never put her in competitive sport. Like, she's gonna kill somebody. So they put me in dance instead.
You know what? I understand, because every time my parents would drop me off somewhere, they'll tell me to behave.
True. She bites though. She bites. And she kicks. So
My parents were like,
You don't know how many. You don't know how many times a day something happens in Jennifer's world, and she says, "Oh hell no."
True.
Like we'll just be walking down the hall, and she'll just look at me and say, "And you know what happened? Oh, no. Did you see me let him know?"
I've never said that.
She's the modern day homie.
Okay, but wait. How many times a day you say "Oh hell no" to me about something that happened? Okay, all right.
Homie, don't play that.
Yeah, that's
the audacity.
Yes, she's like, "Oh no, I'm not the one. I am not."
All right, so we have 3 plausible options here.
She went to school with Zion. She got a front tooth knocked out, and she's never played a sport. Which one of those is not true?
No. Which one of those is true?
One that's true.
Which one is true?
Yeah.
Wait, there's only one that's true?
Only one of those.
I thought there was 2. Oh,
no. See, this is rough. This is rough.
No.
Can you pull out your tooth again?
I'm gonna go with. Tell me the chicklet story.
You want me to tell you the tooth story?
Yeah, let me hear the tooth story.
Okay.
Tooth story.
So I was 6 years old. We were at a timeshare, I believe. I don't remember because I was 6 years old.
Fair.
And me and my cousins were in the pool, and there was a shuffleboard thing on the side.
Oh, so it was an old people place.
Sure.
Pool, shuffleboard, timeshare.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
And all of us were
Like
our
y'all were
parents
kicking it with grams.
Our parents were not there. It was only us cousins. Probably the oldest person was like 12.
Mm-hmm.
Not safe.
And we were playing. They decided to grab the shuffleboard puck and like skid it across the water and make it this whole game.
Oh, and you were hanging out the water like this?
And then no, my cousin. I was turned around.
Oh no!
And my cousin was like, "Oh, it's your turn, Brittney." And I turned around and it went, whoop, hit me right in my mouth. I busted my lip open. My tooth was gone. Yeah.
Do you have any scars?
Oh,
no, I know.
Oh, because I split my lip, and I still have a scar from here to here. So you split your lip, knocked the tooth out, and you didn't require any stitches?
Nope.
Dates out says Marcos thinks of timeshares when you tell someone what the time is. Oh, real funny.
That sounds like something that they would say about me.
Do you remember how much it hurt, Brittney?
Yeah, do you remember?
I remember crying and being like, "My tooth is broken. My tooth is broken." But then everybody's like, "Your tooth is not broken." And then I opened my mouth and my tooth was broken.
Okay, look.
Now,
See,
what did you do with the tooth that was broken?
So it disintegrated. It literally, we searched high and low in the pool, and it disintegrated. We could not find it. It literally like split in half, and it just
split in half.
But how did it disintegrate? There's rocks sometimes at the bottom of the pool, and those don't disintegrate.
We never found it.
You know
when
what?
Did teeth become biodegradable?
Hold on. The fact that she brought up the trauma of someone denying the fact that her tooth was broken, that seemed a little real there. You know, it's kind of like someone said something and it stuck with you for that long. You bring that up every time you tell the story. So this is adding validity to the story, and I'm starting to wonder if maybe that's the true one. What are you guys thinking so far?
Oh, so we're only picking the one that's the truth.
One true one. Yeah. What's the one true one?
First of all, you have a whole lot of memories when you started the story by saying, "I don't really remember." Okay. So I'm going to go ahead on and say.
Wait, I'm not done with questions.
Yeah.
There goes. Nothing gets past me just yet.
Don't want to.
You guys are harping on the tooth.
So how was Zion Williamson in school? Were you in a class with him?
Come on.
We had one class together. It was this class called GTT, and it was like a computer science class. But he was Zion Williamson. I wasn't friends with him. I wasn't.
You were either one or two
things. Was he a quiet kid?
What the hell?
Like you were telling a lot of truth.
Very quiet
That's
and
what
very.
I'm saying.
Or you are the best storyteller this side of the Mississippi because, like, she is spitting out like
gateway to technology.
Friends?
We were not friends. No.
Gateway to technology is the name of the class that you
were
had.
classmates.
Yeah, that they went to the same school. No,
Yeah.
not that they were friends necessarily.
Yeah.
But all of
She just
these,
said
all of
they
these
went to the same
seem,
school.
all of
I
these
just
seem
asked right
reasonable.
now.
Though.
You guys were classmates, and like people in classes are sometimes friends.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but we
true,
were not. He was part of the cool, the cool people. I was not cool.
That's right. And Brittany's
But
a
he
total
was
loser.
cool but
so-
quiet.
He's a very quiet, humble
You know
guy.
what? That does. Was he playing sports in school?
Of course he
Well,
was.
yeah.
Answer the question,
Oh,
Brittany.
catch her in a line.
Answer the question, Brittany.
What kind of question is that? Of course he was. That's where he got his biggest name was
Well, you
being
know what? I wanted to make sure
basketball
you knew
player at
that.
school.
That's right. You gotta, do your due diligence, J Fig. All right.
Gotta trick
You were
some
gonna
people
get me
obvious.
on that one. You were gonna get me on that one.
What if
Yeah.
he's like Zion? Who's that?
He plays sports? What?
All right, it's time to pick, guys. We've done enough deliberating. We've had enough questions. It's time to pick which one we think is our truth. I'm gonna start.
Oh, there's only one truth.
Only one
Yes,
truth.
only one truth.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that the truth in this statement was the sports thing, because she seems aggressive to me. I'm not gonna lie to you. She seems aggressive, and she seems like maybe they played some games as a child, and she wasn't necessarily winning, and she may have flipped a Monopoly board here and there. So they may have decided it's probably best for angry Brittney to stay home. What do you guys think, Leroy? What do you think?
I'm going with the tooth.
The tooth. You think that was?
Because
You think that's the
because
tooth? The whole
she
tooth?
went
and
from
nothing
not
but the
being able to remember everything to being
To
very
remembering stuff.
detailed in 3 minutes. And then the other thing is that everybody has done something in sports to be able to get to the point where they enjoy it to that point. So I'm gonna say that she did play a sport.
All right. And you think that the truth is that she hurt her tooth at the timeshare?
I'm gonna say that the truth. Oh wait, so
you think the truth is that she went to school with Zion Williams?
no, I'm gonna say the tooth
What the
is
hell
not
going
the
on?
truth.
The tooth ain't the truth.
The sports thing is not
Yes.
truthful. I'm gonna say
Okay.
she went to high school with Zion.
All right. So he thinks that you went to school with Zion Williamson.
Although y'all might not even be the same damn age.
But
We
you know
even
what?
asked that.
The thing is,
Obviously,
this,
I don't know.
Okay.
That. Prove it.
We don't know that.
how old are you, Brittney?
25. Class of 2018, Spartanburg Day School, the Griffins.
Oh my God.
I really don't know what you want
I
from
had-
me.
She knows stuff. She knows things.
When you graduated from high school, I had been out of football for 18 years.
Out of football. Wow.
So you were out of football when I was 18. So that means when you were already not playing football when I was born.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oof. Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
What a
didn't mean to
busted.
make it hurt. even
Don't
more.
don't be
Yikes.
fooled. I'm old as hell.
Yes. He's just
Don't be
mistakenly
fooled.
handsome. He's just a
I
handsome
just-
young man.
I look. If I cut this beard off, y'all think I was in my 30s. If I cut all this off,
Handsome.
just went baby's bottom
Marcus
face.
would look older than you.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I cut this beard off,
I see it.
No,
sorry.
you look like old boy who went from being handsome to
I look like a toe without a toenail. Just there. I just like a tan colored beanbag. All right, enough about me, J Fig. Which one do you think is true?
I'm just waiting for the fat joke. Leroy heard beanbag and he didn't say anything.
He's like, he already got himself. He's good.
Okay. Man, this is kind of hard.
Yeah, really, they all feel like truths of some sort, which
But
worries
like,
me.
if the whole Zion Williamson thing was true, I feel like she would have mentioned it before.
Well,
about Zion Williamson.
we only give her an opportunity to talk about F1 apparently, which is why we're doing this segment. So maybe this was her only chance.
I wasn't friends with him. It wasn't like he was my BFF. I went to prom with him. So like,
Yeah, but you know what? There is
I'm not a-
possibly moments where you heard Tobin talking about him, and you
I'm
could
not
have
a-
oh yeah, we went to school
I'm
together.
not a name dropper, J Fig. I'm a humble girl. From
so
Spartanburg, North Carolina.
A
question.
humble girl from
Offensive, huh?
So
Huh?
jeez.
All right.
Hmm.
So Figgy, what do you think officially is the one truth?
The one truth. Man.
Take your time.
The one truth.
Can you answer before the show's over?
If that's possible.
No, I'm trying to mimic Mike McDaniel here, but it's
okay.
The one truth is
you know what? You guys all mentioned a different one, so I'm gonna go ahead and say the sports one wasn't true.
So you say you
wait,
think
that's the truth. That's
the truth one. She didn't play a sport.
So
like I would
said
say
that as well though.
Oh,
it's
you
really
did?
hard.
Oh.
It's really hard for somebody to be into sports and have never played a sport to some level.
Brittney seems aggressive though.
But but Jennifer, what you do, you ended up working in sports.
True, but I do like sports.
You like sports, but I'm just
also
saying,
aggressive.
Yeah, like I'm saying, you didn't get into this because you like sports.
I had reasons why I couldn't play sports. So
there you go. Good job, Leroy. Solid.
That deserves a point. Man, you
All
know
right,
what?
so
I
what
guess
do
the
you do?
truth one can be. Yeah,
Do
I
the
guess
one that
the
you
sports
feel
one.
in-
Yeah, sure. I mean,
Sports?
I'm not confident in this
Well,
one, but I'll just
Are
say
you
that.
ready for me to reveal?
Yeah.
Wait, what was Fig's answer? Mine was that I think
He
you
said
didn't play
sports. He said
sports.
sports. He
So
said
we're in
sports.
agreement
He
there.
said you
Leroy
didn't play
said-
sports.
I guess.
And Leroy said that I went to high school with Zion.
Zion. Yeah.
All right. So please reveal to us how about we do it this way? Reveal to us the first lie.
The first lie
Yeah.
is that I, in fact, did play competitive sports. Well, I mean, very loosely, though. I will say it was very loosely. That's why I was very confident in my lie. Was because I only played softball for like 2 years when I was like.
That's playing. That's it. That's it. That's all we need.
But I was a dancer. I competitively danced, and it is a competitive sport. But I was
Not a
trying
sport.
to, not
Not a
get into
sport.
that.
Totally not a sport.
Okay.
Absolutely
Anyway.
a sport, but it's fine.
Nope.
So yeah, I did play competitive sports, but not a lot.
All right, so Fig and I were wrong in that sense. Now there's only one truth and one lie left.
Oh,
Did
yeah,
she
with
go
the
to school with
confidence.
Zion or did she lose a tooth?
That I'm telling you, for somebody said I don't really remember about that damn tooth, you
Yeah.
told a detailed story from when you were 6.
So what?
I can't
is the
remember what
truth?
I did 2 days ago.
Okay, so the truth is that I did in fact get my tooth knocked out by a shot.
Hey!
I don't know why. Wait, because you know what's funny about that? We spent the first 15 minutes asking about this damn tooth. And then we just discarded. We just discarded. Like, nah, we're out.
Wow.
I'm telling you, the Williamson thing just didn't make sense.
So wait, what school did Zion really even go to? I really
No,
don't
he
even know.
actually did. He actually did. I searched it up.
So
But
what
you
school
didn't
did
go
you
there.
go to?
I went to Greer High School.
You loser! I
Oh
hate
my
you.
Wait, it's even more amazing that you knew the school and gave details about it. Like,
Of course I did.
Because I'm sure it's like a thing that
Okay,
It's
Leroy,
like
because I love sports. I was in. I think we graduated the same year. I believe we're the same exact age. We graduated the same year. He played AAU, but I've seen Zion play when he was in high school, like at this thing called the Chick-fil-A Classic. Like, I love sports, and I couldn't believe that Zion Williamson, this massive, sports star, was literally down the street from me. Because Spartanburg is right next to where I grew up. It's like saying hi, Aaliyah. It's like saying hi, Aaliyah, and Miami Gardens.
right.
Oh, I feel that. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So
okay, close
So
enough.
we were
Hey, you know
all
what?
wrong, but yet we asked the most questions about
About
what
the tooth.
was the truth about the tooth.
yeah.
You know what? Let's give her a round of
Why
applause.
did you get so? How all of a sudden you say I don't really remember the story, and then told us the whole damn story?
Fool you! I was trying to
She's
fool
good.
you guys.
But you know what? Also, sometimes like you can't remember something, but once they start asking you questions, it
From
kind of unlocks.
6, from
It
6
kind
years
of
old,
unlocks
from
some
6 years old.
I remember that
Memories.
actually. I remember it so vividly. Like I could have told the story even more, like even
know,
more in
like-
detail.
I would say stop treating your mouth like a goal.
Okay.
Right.
Leroy.
She was a kid, Leroy.
She
I was
okay.
a child.
Okay.
I'm like, what did you say? Oh no!
I was a child.
Oh, gosh.
Well, I'm a good
Well-
liar, so thank you.
Thank you, Brittney. I appreciate you participating. That you did an absolutely excellent job. We're gonna go to break. This may be a little bit longer break than usual, and we're going to come back with some sports edition of Family Feud to wrap up the show on the Tobin and Leroy. Welcome back to the Tobin and Leroy show. It is your favorite game show host, Sir FrogBoy II, here with another rousing rendition of Sports Family Feud. We have given you all the sports that you need during the summer, right? We updated you on Kader Kohou's injury, Jonathan Kuminga opting out of his contract, the Marlins on a hot streak, and we had some observations from practice, including this little cut here from Tua Tagovailoa. He says, I definitely love to get some preseason snaps in, no doubt. It's a new season. It's a new year. We got to get things tuned in with the guys again. I don't think I'm better than anyone on this team or think I'm too cool to get reps in during preseason games. So I even gave you a starting quote from the quarterback. Well, what more do you want from me? Okay, let me play my stupid little games. You guys ready for some Sports Family Feud?
I'm so excited.
All right. Now, obviously, because I'm not there to push all the buttons and do all that stuff, and it's too much to explain, Brittney's going to press some buttons from time to time because she's a smart girl, and I trust her to know when to press what buttons because she's seen Family Feud before, correct?
Yes, of course.
Sweet. So with that being said, we're just going to go ahead and break it down. What we're going to do is I will give each of you a question, and it is your job to get as many of those answers correct before your 3 X's. Whoever gets the most from their respective question is who advances to the final round to face off against the other winner. You guys understand?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. So now all 3 of you, I'm thinking of a number 1 through 8. Please reveal your number.
7.
7, Fig. What's your number?
5.
3.
3. Now I am going to spin the wheel of death because if you
That's
add
why you like that.
if you add of death to anything, it immediately makes it better. I have my wheel to determine who will go first, and we are spinning 3. It looks like it's landing on 3-ish.
But sure, we'll go with 3.
And did anyone pick 3? I don't know. Next
I
number to
did.
go
Zero, mate.
is
4.
4.
You have a defective.
Yeah, why 3 twice? It could be me for sure. It could be me for sure.
It wasn't
If
3
this does
though.
again.
8.
8.
So 7.
7 is closest. So the first person will be Leroy. J-Fig. Your last, Brittney, will be second. Does that seem like that's right? I don't know. I just wanted to
No,
spin
it's
my
not,
wheel.
but it's fine.
It's fine. Yeah.
Of death. Let's play Family Feud of Death. All right, Leroy, your question. Other than a ball, name something that a baseball player gets asked to sign.
Card.
Card is correct. Card was the number 4 answer there. All right. Couple more answers on the board. 5 more answers. What else you got, Leroy?
I'm gonna go other than a ball, correct?
Yes, sir.
A bat.
Bat, number 3 answer on the board. Correct.
I'm gonna go glove.
Glove, the number 1 answer on the board there.
I would thought it'd be card. And I'm gonna go hat.
Cap, the number 4 answer on the board. Still 2 answers remaining, Leroy.
Wait, you had 2 number 4s. You said the answer I first gave you was number 4.
Sometimes I lie. Cap is number 5, not number 4.
So let's see, man. Let me think. Glove. Let me think. Shoe.
Show me shoe. Survey says no shoe.
All right.
No shoe. 2 X's left. 2 answers remaining.
So I did
You're missing
jersey.
Okay.
Jersey, the number 2 answer on the board there. Jersey. Now the only remaining answer, the number 6 answer. Other than a ball, name something that a baseball player gets asked to sign.
Oh, a program. The book.
Show me program. Not on the board. Not on the board.
So what do you call that? The game day book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which would make sense. Those are really nice, really cool. But unfortunately not the correct answer.
Not a card, not a
So far, you've answered glove, jersey, bat, baseball card, and hat. Only one answer remaining. One X remaining as well. Brittney, be prepared to steal.
Oh man. I can't think of nothing. I'm gonna say I did glove, I did jersey, a piece of paper. I don't know.
A piece of paper. Show me a measly
Or a magazine. So did my other answer count as magazine?
No, it didn't count as magazine. Would you like to throw magazine up there?
Magazine, because I said program. That's a magazine, so I'll go magazine.
I like the
magazine
time's up here.
Show me magazine. Not on the board, sir. I apologize. Not on the board. The final answer: photograph.
Oh,
simple picture. Just a simple picture. Just a simple. You signed a picture before, I'm assuming, Leroy.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
It's like he doesn't like signing things, so he forgets.
That's true. That is true. Omar Kelly had to hold him down.
I hate signing stuff for people I know.
You can also sign tickets. I have tickets.
You know what I mean? I literally that's my most awkward stuff. Like if I'm friends with you or I know you or we're good friends and you ask me to sign something, it's the most awkward situation for me.
All right, I guess I'll never show you the jersey that I bought the other day. Not a problem. Guess we won't. Guess I'll keep that Michigan 33 to myself. All right, Brittney, it is your turn. Are you ready for your question?
I'm so ready.
Alrighty, name a professional football team that's named after an animal.
Oh, okay. All of them?
Yeah, it seems that way, right? It seems that way for sure. And that is correct. All of them. She got it right.
No, I'm just kidding. The Detroit Lions.
Detroit Lions, number 3 answer on the board. Correct.
The LA Rams.
Wow, that's a good one right there. That is answer number 7. LA Rams.
Wow.
Yeah, no, that was correct. Number 7.
I was wrong.
No, I was just like, wow, you went from the number 3 answer to the number 7 answer.
Yeah,
there, which
Atlanta
is good.
Falcons.
Atlanta Falcons, although correct, not on this board, unfortunately. Not on the board.
Miami Dolphins next because I think they're
Miami Dolphins, a storied franchise. The number 2 answer on the board so far. You got Dolphins, Lions, and Rams.
Sorry. The Arizona Cardinals.
Arizona Cardinals, unfortunately, not on this list.
And it's weird because
that's ridiculous.
Because Stanford is the cardinal.
Yeah.
And it's because it's the color.
Yeah.
It's not
I don't like
bird
this anymore. That's really stupid.
Oh, like cardinal red. I got
yeah.
Yikes. You know what? That you gave 2 bird answers. J-Fig is loving that the birds get no respect.
I'm very triggered
Oh, I
here.
don't get any respect. Okay, Cincinnati Bengals.
Damn. Hey, listen, I hate to break it to you. I hate to break it to you.
What kind of list is this, huh?
Listen.
What kind of list is there's 7 teams on
Correct. Let me, unfortunately, Brittney, no one has ever struck out as quickly as you. That is not your fault, though. It is not your fault. It is just, sometimes you ever seen Family Feud and then you're like, oh, that's a good answer, and it's not on the board. I don't know what to tell you. Wow. This is top 100 people surveyed. Yeah.
Do we like to give her some answers?
Yeah, Leroy. What you got?
I have other answers.
No.
Leroy, you had your turn.
You had 3 strikes.
I'm out here just waiting.
Okay. All right, go.
Oh, wow, Leroy, get it.
That's what happens when I come out. You know what? When I have to
right here. We
loud.
talk about anger management. Right there.
Watch out. Both of them.
She almost cut me.
So thus far, you have the Dolphins, Lions, and Rams correct. But the 3 answers that you picked, the Falcons, the Bengals and Cardinals were not on the list. There are still a whopping 4 teams remaining on this list. What teams, even though this won't necessarily count, I know you know more teams. What teams do you think are on here?
Bears.
Correct. Number 1 answer.
My brain is computing right now. The Carolina Panthers.
Carolina Panthers, correct.
The Jaguars.
Good answer. Not on the list.
That's ridiculous behavior.
I mean,
I know one she's never gonna guess because
What's that?
The Seattle Seahawks.
Well, I was gonna say the birds are not respected, Leroy. So I wasn't gonna say the Seattle
Birds
Seahawks.
are not
And if the
respected.
Seahawks are on there,
Okay.
I'm leaving. The show is over. I'm pressing the next on the word flow, and that's it.
That is okay. Look, the Seahawks are not on there, but the Pelicans are on here. No, I'm kidding.
What
I'm kidding.
about the
How about the
Bills?
Broncos, which is kind of
Bengals? No, Broncos is not on there. Eagles is a team that's on there that you guys haven't mentioned.
That's the bird that's respected. And
Well, they are
The
they're
Super Bowl champs.
the world
I
champions.
don't care. I
And then
don't care.
This is one that I'm not sure you guys would have
What
gotten
about the
just because
Bills?
Bills would make sense, but no, and they're also liars.
The
That's a
Buffalo
bison.
Bills.
That is not a bill. It's a bison. I'm telling you. But nonetheless.
Banana!
Okay. Well, the last team on here that we did not mention, the Indianapolis Colts.
Oh,
Well,
Okay. All right. Well. All right, Figgy. This one is for you.
choose wisely.
Name a pro sports team that's named for a bird.
A pro sports. You're doing this to mess with Brittney.
Any ideas? Any ideas that could potentially come to mind?
I just love how she's off to the side. Okay, wait. A
Yeah.
pro sports team that's
Yep.
named after a bird.
Any sports
Yep.
team.
Any sports.
All
team.
right. We
Remember,
got
but
the
they got to be on this list.
Ravens.
Ravens number 5 on this list. Yes, Ravens number 5.
Eagles.
Eagles number 2 on this list.
We got. Okay, no, I was about to say something wrong. Okay, no. La 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 la.
There's one I know you're not going to get. There's a couple you can steal from last round as well.
Honestly, I already forgot like a blank that. 'cause that was funny.
Okay.
This
Well,
all sports teams or just
all sports.
Any-
All sports.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Pro sports teams.
this is ridiculous.
You didn't say like the one that.
Yeah, she's
God, they just won the Super Bowl. Oh,
I did say them.
Oh, okay.
Vicky
Say them.
said Eagles. So far, she said Ravens and Eagles.
Both on the.
I thought I said 3, but okay. Man,
Wow.
Blue Jays.
Blue Jays are on the list.
Toronto
Jays are on
Blue
the list.
Jays.
That is pretty good.
Had to think
That's
about baseball teams.
number
That's it.
7. That was number 7 on the
Well,
list.
If you're going to pick baseball teams, then you have to say St. Louis.
Why are you helping her?
Cardinals.
Cardinals,
Even
there
though
you
those
go.
are, you said the color too, right?
No, that's college.
All right, so we have the Cardinals, the Eagles, which I mean, Brittany's right. You're cheating, Leroy. And she also said the Ravens and the Blue Jays. We still have 3 options remaining.
The Herons.
Oh, Inter Miami, the Herons. Definitely not on this list, but I appreciate it. I totally appreciate it, as they will be competing today in that potentially meaningless cup. 2 more options left.
The Hawks.
Oh, that's a solid pick right there. The Hawks, the number 4 answer, the Atlanta Hawks. There you go. You got 2 more remaining. 2 more remaining.
Washington.
Yes, the Washingtons. That is incorrect. Incorrect this time.
Penguins.
Ooh, it is a flightless bird and not on this list. That is 3 X's, unfortunately, for J Fig. The 2 answers she did not get: the Atlanta Falcons.
I said
And
that.
even if you did, this next one is one you wouldn't have gotten because I didn't even know it was a bird.
I said Falcons.
All right, I'll give you the
Okay, which
Falcons.
one?
Baltimore Orioles.
Orioles a bird. Yeah.
It is a
I
bird.
had no clue that was a bird. No clue that
What
was
did
a
you
bird.
think it was? Did you see their uniforms? It has a
I
bird
did.
on it.
Yeah, but sometimes things happen where it's like, whoa, why the hell is that?
Wait.
What the-
Nobody's gonna be like the Jumbo Shrimp don't have a trout on their jersey.
Well, okay, I'm gonna think of a team that's like completely different than their thing.
Go.
What are the Tennessee Volunteers? What is their thing?
A little cowboy or whatever, something with a hat. Volunteer.
Cowboys don't volunteer; they steal, or get the arrest. They arrest people. I'm not sure what Cowboys really do.
What about the Mighty Ducks?
Ooh,
Anaheim.
That would have been solid as well, but unfortunately not on there. Which means the winner with 6 correct answers, Leroy.
That he took forever with.
I took forever.
I took forever.
You were sitting there and just the.
Well, at least you guys weren't as bad as Brittney, because oh my god, can you just believe this?
Be careful. She's aggressive.
That's right. That's right.
You guys are so lucky you're not in the studio.
Well, I want to appreciate you for going in studio and holding things down back there at the Citadel. Leroy, thank you for hopping on today and giving us our sports analysis when we need it. And J Fig, thank you for controlling things behind the scenes and gracing us with your presence as well. What do you guys think? Same time tomorrow?
Same time tomorrow.
I guess.
All right, let's do it. I'll be here. The gang will be here. That and much more tomorrow on the Tobin and Leroy Show. Have a wonderful day, everybody.